Uniquely Mia here. Welcome back if you are a returning supporter. If you are a new viewer here, consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and joining the Uniquely Mia community. Would love to know, how's your day going this morning or this afternoon? I think it is morning time. It's afternoon. It is Sunday where I am tuning in from. We're going to change the streaming setup. I thought I was going to stream from one location, but then I was like, you know what? Let me sit down, stream somewhere else. Hey, Eric. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you today. How are you doing this morning, Eric? Hey, anti-emoji. We're not doing moderators, but glad you could be here today. Good morning, Eric. How's your day going? It is Sunday afternoon. Do you have any plans for this Sunday? Put y'all on a tripod. All right. Set it up. How we setting it up? Thank you, Eric. Glad you like my fingers. I like my fingers as well. Really do appreciate it. But how's everyone doing today? Welcome to the channel. Uniquely Mia here. Shout out if you are a returning supporter. If you are a new viewer, liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and joining the Uniquely Mia community. We just did a quick location change. I started the stream sitting down somewhere else, and then I was like, you know what? Let's just move here and stream from here. So that is what we are doing. This live stream, chat with me stream. So if you guys have a question, comment, or concern, feel free to ask me. I'd be more than happy to answer. But would love to know, how's your afternoon going? Do you have any plans for this Sunday for y'all? Anti said, I made a base in Roblox. Okay, build a battle ultimate. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so survive. Hopefully you come out victorious in your battle, anti-emoji cat heat. Hey, SK, how are you doing today? Thank you, Eric. Glad you look forward to admiring my nails. This isn't a manicure stream, so I'm not sure there'll be much nail admiring in this live stream. If you do want to see a manicure stream, Eric, just go and check out my Friday live stream, because my live stream on Friday was all about manicures. But welcome everybody to the live stream. I'm Uniquely Mia, also known as Mia. Hey, Lo, how are you doing? And you are welcome for your positivity and uniqueness. All opinion, people, and ideas, as long as we communicate to each other in a kind and respectful way. How's everyone's day going today? You are so kind. Thank you, Ann Kit. You're so cute as well. Thank you so much for your kind words. How's your day going today? Anti-emoji said, I will make a a vehicle assembly building soon, I think. Okay, very nice, very nice. That's awesome. Very cool. Yeah, I've never tried to do anything like that. Make a vehicle assembly building, but do enjoy it. Sounds cool. Welcome from Pakistan. What's it like in Pakistan? Eric said they're very happy to talk with you. Oh, thank you so much, Eric. I'm glad that you are happy to speak with Uniquely Mia. Always a pleasure talking to you as well, Eric, when you're on the live stream. Thank you so much, SK. You're pretty as well. But nobody let me know. How's your day going and what did you eat? I don't think anyone told me yet. I'm Uniquely Mia, also known as Mia, for all the people who's like, who is this person on the live stream? That is who I am. You guys can follow me on YouTube at Uniquely Mia. You can follow me on TikTok at Uniquely Mia, and I don't post on Instagram, but my Instagram is at Uniquely Mia as well. So go ahead and support on all platforms or just on YouTube if you would like. Would greatly appreciate it. You can also follow me on Twitch, Uniquely Mia 123. Anti-emoji said, vehicle assembly building is a building used to assemble rockets. Okay, I did not know that. Katie said, you look like Manon from, I don't know who that is. Who is that? I mean, you just told me who that is, so if you tell me who they are again, I still won't know who they are since I don't know who that person is. So my question, it made sense, but it also didn't. But even though I look like that person, I don't know who they are. So, but yeah, make sure to subscribe though, and do consider becoming a Uniquely Mia supporter, so that way you can see Uniquely Mia, who's a lookalike to that person, Katie. Eric said, I plan on eating leftovers. Ooh, grilled chicken. Oh, thighs and potatoes for lunch. Very nice, Eric. Okay, that sounds like a good lunch. You're getting the protein and it's healthy too. Grilled chicken and then potatoes, healthy fats with the carbohydrate. Sounds like you're gonna eat a great lunch, Eric. I didn't eat lunch yet. I don't know what I'll eat, to be honest. I had a sandwich for breakfast, so I just made something quick and easy, and I had a tangerine with that. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna eat yet for lunch. I still have my mom's food. I'm most likely to eat my mom's food, but I haven't decided which type of like my mom's food I'm gonna eat. Hey, Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid, what's your favorite Kool-Aid? Kool-Aid. What's your favorite Kool-Aid? Kool-Aid. Mine's the red one. Hey, how are you doing, B? How are you doing here? I only read and speak English, so unfortunately, I don't understand what you said. But if you understand me, you are more than welcome on the channel for your positivity and uniqueness. I'm Uniquely Mia, also known as Mia, a dual degree graduate student studying public administration and criminal justice, and I show you what my life is like. So if you guys want to be part of a positive community, I have fashion videos, travel videos, eat with me technology videos. Do consider liking, subscribing, and let me know how's your day going. Any holiday plans? In America, Labor Day is tomorrow. Corin said, you need to respect me. No, I don't need to respect you. You are welcome on the channel. Remember, guys, nobody needs to respect you, all right? I'm a strong believer. Respect is earned. Like, if you meet a random person on the street, don't go and be, like, completely mean to them. My motto is respect is earned. However, kindness is freely given until you show me why I shouldn't give you kindness. So, yeah, anytime I meet a random person, I don't respect them off the bat. I don't know you to respect you. What are your values? Who are you as a person? So I can't respect you just because I see you for the first time, but I can be kind to you because this is my first time meeting you. So yeah, that's how I see it for sure. But you are more than welcome on the channel, Korean. So do consider liking the video, subscribing, and becoming a Uniquely Mia supporter for sure. Okay, watermelon Kool-Aid. Okay, that's a good one. Watermelon Kool-Aid, I feel like that's good. I haven't had Kool-Aid in a long time, but I just remember anytime my mom would make the purple one or like the blue one, I just never really liked that. SK said, you look like... I keep getting that Stray Kids, that reference up on my live stream. People always say that, but then I think somebody else said it was like Stray Kids was like not even a real thing. I don't know. But thank you. But I'm Uniquely Mia. Korean's your nationality? Very cool. So, are you watching this stream from Korea, or were you just like born in Korea and then you moved somewhere else? But what's it like in Korea, nonetheless? Hey, how are you doing? Welcome, Goof. The guy who said you need to respect me, she's been doing it on different live streams. Okay. You saw them do it in the previous one. Okay. Well, I'm glad that they found their way over here. Maybe they just wanted some positive energy coming straight at them. So, I'm Uniquely Mia, and this is the place for you guys. You look like... Okay, answer that. I'm not doing moderators in this live stream. However, if you do want to perhaps be a moderator in the future, Jay, make sure to like the video, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, and just engage with the Uniquely Mia content. Be like don't engage to think how you want me to engage. Just engage with the full nutritional YouTube videos, the live streams, YouTube shorts, and then perhaps one day you'll come in the stream, ask to be a moderator, and maybe I'll give y'all some moderator status. Okay, so you like watermelon and orange Kool-Aid. I don't think I've ever had orange Kool-Aid before Kool-Aid, but I like orange juice, so I'm sure it tastes very good. Orange Kool-Aid. And the good thing about Kool-Aid, you can like make it taste how you want it to taste, because you have control of the sugar you add. You have control of the sugar you add and like all the other stuff. Eric said your hands look holdable. Oh, okay. Hey, ciao from Italia. What did I say, Italia? I don't want to TikTok too much. Ciao from Italy. What's it like in Italy right now? Hey, Happy King. How are you doing today, Happy King? Glad you could be here. Hey, Evan. Glad you could be here. Evan's having a tuna sandwich. You're out of ideas of what to make. You know what? A tuna sandwich is pretty good, Evan. So no complaints over having a tuna sandwich. For breakfast, I had a turkey sandwich. I couldn't be bothered to make anything, so it was quick and easy to make. And to answer Jay's question, I'm not cooking anything today. My mom, I'm a graduate student studying public administration and criminal justice and public administration. So I live on campus. So my mom, before she moved me in, she cooked me food. So I froze it. So I still have a lot of my mom's food. So in my fridge, I have turkey chow mein. That's defrosted, and I have like peas and rice, red beans and rice with chicken. So I'm gonna eat one of those today, and I haven't decided which one, but I'll eat one of them today. But what about you, Jay? Any plans on what you're gonna cook today? Okay, Kool-Aid, you're Hispanic. Okay, okay, very cool, very cool. What's it like? Do you yeah, what's it like? I'm assuming, are you, what is it? You speak two languages then, right? That's what I would assume right off the bat, but I don't like making assumptions. Evan said, wow, turkey noodles. Heart. Yeah, it tastes pretty good. It's like chow mein was noodles she makes with ground turkey, and then she puts like pop choy in it, cabbage, a lot of other vegetables goes in it. Evan said, stay on for a while because I made a sandwich, please. Yeah, I just came on the stream. I'll stay on for a little while, Evan, at least an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. We'll see. You'll see. Just goes according to how the conversation flows. Let's see. Jay said, I'm hungry for pasta Alfredo. Very nice. Yummy. Pasta Alfredo is really good. Like, I like the one that you get from like Red Lobster with the shrimp Alfredo. It's like nice and cheesy, and then you get like the seafood tanginess. Really good, really good. Thank you so much for subscribing, Kool-Aid. Sending you hearts. Welcome, welcome to the Unique Lamia community. I do hope that you enjoy the content that you see. I have fashion videos, travel videos, Eat With Me technology videos, and a lot more. So take a deep dive into the channel, Kool-Aid, and I hope you enjoy what you see. Ooh, you like Bodak? Bodak is really good. I have Bodak. I was sad. My mustard fell. I have Bodak ramen. We're gonna get Bodak ramen ASMR. I do hope that wasn't annoying. But yes, I have Bodak ramen. I only have one pack. When I initially bought it, it was, this is expired. In my defense, I bought this a few years ago. So I was about to say I bought this a few years ago. It came in a pack of 5. I ate Bodak. That means when I did, because guys, over the summer, like in May, I did like a challenge where I ate Bodak ramen. Like I tried to eat a whole packet. It was expired. This is expired. This expired in May 2024. Wow. May 2024, this is expired. I can't eat this no more. But I was keeping it in my room waiting for me to see if I could build my confidence up to try it again. I throw this away. It's expired. My hair keeps falling, man. Oh my gosh. I look like Pippi Longstocking. I like Pippi Longstocking. Let's just leave my hair down. What are we saying? Oh, you're Puerto Rican? Okay, cool, cool. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Hey, Esther. How are you doing? Welcome from India. Ooh, you love the pink one? I've never had that one. That's the carbonara one, right? When you have Carla, what's your name? Carla? I think that's how you say it. Hopefully I pronounced it correct. I want to try that one, the carbonara one. The only thing with it is I feel like it has cheese in it. And it's so weird because I like pasta and cheese, like Alfredo. But like if I'm cooking it at home and I actively see that, I'm like, maybe I can't eat it. But I will try the carbonara one. Next time I go Walmart, maybe if they sell in 1 pack, I'll see if I can get the 1 pack of carbonara because everyone's saying it tastes so good. So I want to try it. That was your favorite? Try the pink one? Okay, I'll try the pink one. I'll try the pink one. Thank you, thank you. Glad you like my hair. I tend to just wrap it and leave it like in a bun because get it out of my face, but it was annoying. The bun kept falling down, so I had to take it off. But welcome everybody to the live stream. Glad you could be here. You said it's so yummy, the carbonara one. All right, so I'm gonna try the carbonara one. I'm gonna write it down so I remember to get the Buldak ramen carbonara spicy one. So let's write it down. I can't believe it's expired though, the one that I have. I literally thought this was good. It's so funny because I wasn't actively trying to eat it, but like when I saw it was expired, I'm like, I'm so sad now. I can't eat the ramen. It's good though. It really is. Y'all haven't had it before. Okay. So I wrote it down, so we're gonna look and see next time we go to the supermarket, the spicy one. Thank you so much. Glad you like my smile. I like my smile as well. Really appreciate your kind words, Carla. Oh, you're beautiful as well. Even though I can't see you, I know you have to be beautiful because you were able to type something so nice, Carla. So thank you so much for your kind words. So guys, for everyone on the stream, I have Carla, I have Anti-Emoji, Happy King, Kool-Aid, Evan, Esther, everyone on the live stream. Eric, let me know, what are y'all doing today? Korean, what are your plans? I know some of y'all told me what you plan on eating. I want to know, are you going outside? Is Sunday like a chill day where you stay home and like clean up? What are you doing today? And depending on where you're tuning in from, what part of the world, if you're in America, tomorrow's a holiday. So some people, they don't have school. Some people don't have to go to work because it's a holiday. Are you doing anything tomorrow, holiday-wise? But I'm Uniquely Mia, also known as Mia, and you're welcome for your positivity and uniqueness. All opinion, people, and ideas are welcome on the channel as long as we communicate to each other in a kind and respectful way. So if you want to be part of that community, make sure to like the video and do consider subscribing. This morning, I woke up, went on my laptop for a little bit. I cleaned my room, so washed my clothes, cleaned my bathroom. I also vacuumed like my bedroom, so I cleaned up my bedroom. Then I had like a writing center appointment, and then literally as soon as the writing center appointment finished, decided, let me stream for y'all. Okay, you're on your phone? Yeah, it's cool being on your phone. Okay, scrolling. Ooh, okay. Where is that? Germa? You're in Germa. I've never heard of that country before. Oh, German? Oh, you meant to say Germany. Okay. So you're in Germany. All right. Very cool. What's it like in Germany? Never been there. What's the weather like in Germany? Hey, Happy King. Happy King said, I'm just going to stay home and make dinner and relax. I'm off today. All right. Very nice. Okay, Happy King. Yeah, relaxing day is, definitely great. And then any day when you don't have to go to work, it's gonna be great. So sit back and relax. What do you plan on making for dinner, Happy King? Do you know, or are you still trying to like brainstorm some ideas on what you're gonna cook? Hey, Cats and Pokemon, how are you doing today, Cats? Glad you could be here. What were we saying? Sorry, Germany. It's so hot in Germany. Really? Oh, so you don't like the heat? So wait, I have a question for you. Serious question. So you said it's so hot in Germany. So are you saying like it's so hot that like you want winter to come? Like, or are you saying you want winter to come sooner because you like the cold, or are you saying it's so hot that you want it to be a little cold but you hate the winter season? Because sometimes I'll go outside and I'm like, it's so hot, I want it to be cold, but like I just want it to be cold momentarily because I love summer weather, but I don't like the cold. So, yeah. It was hot in Boston, too. Okay. So, it could be a heat wave or something. I haven't gone outside today, so I don't know what the weather's like. Hey, D, support. Glad you could be on the stream. What will you have for dinner? I have no idea. So, I have 2 foods in my fridge that my mom cooked. That's defrosted. I have, like, barbecue chicken with red beans and rice, and I have turkey chow mein. So, I don't know. I have to choose one of them. So, I'll choose one of them later when I get a little more hungry and make my decision off of that. Happy King said they're gonna be cooking lentil peas, okay, chicken and rice. All right, sounds very healthy. Okay, so you get the proteins from the lentils, the chicken has the protein, the rice has like the carbohydrates a little bit. Don't ask me why, I just noticed that I do that anytime you guys tell me what you're eating. I always say this: what's protein? What's a healthy fat? I only do that because when I was younger, my mom, she used to have like a poster. We still have in our house, like in the kitchen. There's this poster, and it tells you like the categorization for foods. So it's like chicken, seafood, meat as protein in addition to beans, and it has like the healthy fat and then the unhealthy fats. So I guess looking at that poster when I was younger, it's programmed in my head what's considered a healthy fat and what's considered not a healthy fat. Hopefully it's not annoying, but I'll continue to do it for y'all. Okay, so uniquely me, and when you tell me what you're eating, I'll tell y'all what type of, if it sounds like a good meal, if it sounds like a healthy meal, if it sounds like a just a good junk food pack meal. Hey, how are you doing, Ron? Glad you could be here, Ronnie. Glad you could be here. Cats and Pokemon says that sounds yummy and healthy. Happy King 100%. Shout out to you, Ron. Ronnie, glad you could be here. Carla said, I love winter. Okay. Wow. Okay, so you hate the summer. Okay. You are still more than welcome on the channel for your positivity and uniqueness, but you hate the summer. Okay, okay. So when it gets cold in Germany, is it like bearable cold or is it like freezing cold? Yeah. Kat said, my stomach hurts. I forgot to take my medication for 2 days and it threw off my stomach. I'm drinking ginger beer right now and it's helping. Oh no! Well, oh no, because your stomach hurts, but I'm also glad that you are taking the strides to feel a little better, Cats, because yeah, when your stomach hurts, it's really bad. It really is sometimes. So, and then once again, some people have different levels of pain tolerance. So your pain tolerance could be like really low. So like it would hurt a lot more. So make sure ibuprofen, if you have that, Excedrin, Advil, Tylenol, those are also things you could try to implement. Cats, to feel a little better in addition to that ginger beer or the ginger drink that you're drinking. Kat said, I appreciate when you do that, Mia. It makes me think of my food in different ways. Okay, okay. So I'll continue to do it when y'all let me know what you had. Personally, for me, for breakfast, my breakfast did not fall into the healthy category. I mean, it was somewhat good because I had cheese, and cheese is like a okay source of protein. And then I had the turkey, but it was processed honey turkey. So it was protein, but it wasn't the best protein. And then I had bread, so that bread was just like major carbohydrates, and it was white bread on top of that. So that wasn't good. And then mayonnaise, and then I had lettuce. Lettuce turns to sugar in your body. So lettuce, I mean, when you look at lettuce and rice, I'll just eat the rice because lettuce is not gonna fool you as much, and it turns to sugar in your body, but it's still green. So I'm say not to say my breakfast wasn't the healthiest, but it was in my room, so I just ate it. What are we saying? Happy King said it's not annoying, it's educating us. All right, Happy King. So glad it's not annoying. I will continue to educate y'all on the food choices that you guys are making and my food choices as well. Ronnie said, thank you for the shout out. No joke. You actually made my day. I'm so glad I was able to make your day, Ronnie. Really, really do appreciate that. You know what? That's what I try to do on Uniquely Mia channel, because I feel like, you know what I think about the channel, and if you're a returning supporter, I hope I don't sound like a broken record, but I'll say it again. If you're going through something difficult in your life, or if you're not going through anything difficult at all, after a long work day, if you just want to sit back, relax, and chillax, I just said the same thing 3 different ways. I don't know why I did that. You can come to the Uniquely Mia channel and watch one of my full nutritional YouTube videos. If I'm not streaming, watch the full nutritional YouTube videos, watch YouTube shorts. If I am streaming, hop on a stream. And I hope by watching the content that I produce, it can put a smile on your face. Like for me, when I'm stressed, sometimes I go watch some YouTube videos, sometimes I watch a movie, sometimes I read a book. I want you guys to think about the Uniquely Mia channel that way. When you have free time, when you're stressed, come and watch one of my videos, and hopefully it makes you feel a little better and reminds you to be a little positive, or allows you to disassociate and embark on one of my adventures that I went on. And I have a lot of adventures on my channel that has been documented via videos for you guys to go back and watch. So I do hope y'all enjoy it. Wow, it's freezing in Germany in the winter. Ugh, freezing? I did not like freezing weather at all. So it sounds like when I visit Germany one day, I have to go there in the summer because I can't do freezing. I can't do freezing at all. How old am I? It's the glory of God to conceal a matter and the honor of kings and queens to seek out the answer. That essentially means I'm not telling you my age. If you want to know my age, like the video, subscribe to the channel, go to my YouTube homepage, click playlists, and watch my Washington, D.C. birthday adventure videos. Trust me, if you pay attention, my age will be disclosed to y'all. And if you don't consider yourself to be a king or a queen because you're non-binary, you still have to follow those instructions. Kat said, I love winter too. I'm sorry, Betty. LOL, I overheat easily. No, I can understand overheating easily, but like, I get why you guys like winter. I really do. I can understand why people like winter. Honest, I really can. But like, my pet peeve with winter is like, why when I go outside I gotta layer up? I gotta wear long johns, I gotta wear like jeans, and then like I gotta wear maybe like 3 sweatshirts, hoodies, shirts, and then like you can't even wear like a cool jacket sometimes because if you wear a cool jacket it'll be freezing. But like if you layer, then you can wear the cool jacket. It's just like so much clothes in the winter time I gotta put on, which is what I don't like about it because it's like literally when it's cold in New York, guys. Or like when I went to Europe with my school for winter time, when they went in March when I went with my school, you go watch that videos vlogged. I literally had to layer. Like I was wearing clothes and I had like 2 pair of leggings underneath my jeans on and like 3 shirts I was wearing. That was too much. But I was warm, but like it was annoying having that much clothes on. Hey Easy24, how are you doing? Yes, it has been a while since you've been on the stream. I'm doing good today, Easy. How are you doing today? Um, I'm sorry. Wait, what'd you say? Sorry, I have to goodbye. Okay, wait, what? Is that a typo, or did you say you had a good? Never mind. I think you're trying to say you left or you're leaving. But Carla, so it was a pleasure having you on the live stream if that's what you're trying to say. Hopefully I see you in the next live stream or the comment section of my fully instructional YouTube video or YouTube shorts. Have a great day. Okay, Evan is back on. Evan said, hey Kat, I'm a queen. Shout out to you, Evan. Yes, have self-confidence. Internal self-confidence is needed for sure. Hey, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Hey, Meme. Glad you could be here. Kat said once someone called lettuce crispy sugar water. No, that is true. That's a good description of it. And I can't take it out of my brain. No, that's an honest. That's honestly it because it turns the sugar in your body lettuce. So, and it's like kind of watery, so I can see how they called it crispy sugar water. Even though that's so exact and so precise, you wonder how they came up with that. I hope they didn't like try to crisp it and put sugar on lettuce. That's one thing I've never, well, yeah, that's one thing I've never had, sugar with lettuce. Meme said I'm always in your lives, but you ignore me. Really? Well, I don't recall ever doing that, Meme. So, if I've done that, yeah, I do not recall ever doing that. But welcome to the channel. And I'm not always ignoring you because I'm responding to you now. So I feel like that statement was a little like disproved your claim because I'm not always ignoring you because I'm talking to you now. But yeah. But welcome. How's your day going today? Kat said, Evan, did you post on your channel? Ronnie said, maybe Carla was trying to say, sorry, I have to go. Batty. Okay, Ronnie. I can see how they were trying to say that. Thank you so much for putting that sentence together and telling me. Really appreciate it, Ronnie. But how's your day going, Ronnie? Meme, how's your day going? Accountability, Kat said. Yes, I did see Katsy posted your video. It was really, really cool. Love the outfit that you were wearing. So shout out to you for that accountability. Are there any other type of videos or adventures that you're going on soon, Cats, that you want to post about so I can make sure that we're holding each other accountable? And Evan said, Cats, my post will be towards the end of the month. Okay, stay on, Mia. Okay, stay on for 2 more hours. We'll see how the conversation flows, Evan. Just enjoy having Unique Lumia here now, all right? Let's stay in the present, okay? Evan, let's stay in the present. Let's not think about the future or the past. Let's be in the present moment. Glad you are looking ahead. What are we saying? I look like a diva. Thank you so much for your kind words. Really appreciate it, meme. So, how's your day going, meme? What'd you eat today? Any plans for the weekend? What country are you tuning in from? Hey, Cam, welcome. Glad you could be here. Have a nice day as well. Okay, you're going to the pool. Have a great time at the pool, Cam. Hopefully, I see you the next live stream or the comment section of my Flank Traditional YouTube video or YouTube Shorts. Meme said no problem. Cats is laughing. Cat said bye, Cam. I love the new profile picture, by the way. You look like an extra model. All right, nice. I don't know. I just be yawning throughout random times of the day. Like, I'm not even tired. I promise you, I don't feel tired. But like, a yawn is just wants to come about. But yeah, so this morning, today was honestly a pretty chill day for me. I haven't gone outside. Don't worry, I didn't forget about doing all the things that using all the resources at my school that I haven't used already. We're gonna start going to the gym next week. I don't want to go. The reason why I haven't gone to the gym yet, reason why at school, is because I don't want to disrupt me going to the gym every weekend, and I have something I have to do on a weekend that's going to disrupt it. So I decided, let me wait until after. So next week, we're going to start going to the gym again. And then once we start going to the gym, we'll be able to do the rock climbing wall. My school has a rock climbing wall. I've never been on the rock climbing wall, so I want to use that. And I'll live stream it for y'all when I use the rock climbing wall if they let me. Sometimes people get a little iffy when they see you recording for some reason. And it's like, I'm not recording you. What's your problem? It's really weird, guys. Okay. I'm writing down what I said I want to do. So rock climbing wall, and then my school has a pool. I know when I go to the pool, I probably won't be able to record that for y'all, just because I did try to go to the pool last semester and they didn't want me to live stream it, but I'll make like a YouTube Shorts. So I'm writing down all the things I could do, or all the facilities that I could use at my school that I haven't used yet. My school has like football, but like I don't want to go to their football games or anything. It's so hard to get tickets, so all we have is 2 things. We might add some other things on here. Oh yeah, and like community service. They have like a company that my school that uses to like go on community service adventures, but like they fill up so fast. It's not that they fill up fast, it's just like they don't post a lot of their information early enough for me to find it. It's like they post it one day and then they fill up in that one day, so then when the news actually comes to me, like, hey, they're doing this community service event, you're already filled up, or the deadline to register already passed. But we'll look into that. So we got 3 things on the list. What are we saying? Thank you so much, meme, for subscribing. I thought you said you've been a supporter of mine for a while, so you haven't been subscribed. But you know what? Glad you could oh my god, I can even talk now. But glad you could subscribe now, meme. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. I do hope that you enjoy the content that you see. Cam said, thanks so much, Cats. You're so kind. Kat said, by the way, Mia, there's a nice train station worker. I see most mornings. I saw him at the club on Friday, and he had a Haitian flag. I thought that was so cool. Wow, okay, very nice. Okay, so you see, that's the thing. Like, I feel like, obviously, I love the individualistic culture that America has going on, but in addition to, like, having that individualistic culture sometimes, is, like, you don't know, like, you see this person, you always see this person, but you don't know, like, I guess, that you don't have ties to them, but like you have similar cultural ties just because you don't really talk to people, just because of the individualistic culture, and obviously safety reasons, because some people in the world will be crazy. So don't be going out and talking to random people, guys. All right, go off of vibes and what you're safe doing. But that's a great thing. Cats, awesome, very nice. So yeah, you saw this person and you're like, hey, I know you from the train. That's really cool. You're part of this culture too. I never knew that. Very nice. Ronnie said, Mia, I love your vibe. I just like and subscribe. Thank you, Ronnie. I'm glad that you love my vibe. I love that you love my vibe as well. And welcome to the Uniquely Mia community, where you are welcome for your positivity and uniqueness. Definitely take a deep dive into the channel, Ronnie. I hope that you enjoy what you see. And for everyone on the live stream, shout out to all of you for being here. Sending each and every one of y'all hearts. Do consider to like the video, subscribe, and consider sharing out the live streams to your friends, your family members, and allow them to join the Uniquely Mia community. Let's not gatekeep the channel, all right? Because I'm a strong believer that everyone can benefit from the channel, whether that's just their daily dose of daily reminder to stay positive and work hard, or just try to maintain that positive mindset. Or if you want somebody to gain some cross-cultural experiences to see what's it like in somebody else's life if they're a grad student or if they travel to this place or something like that, all right? I feel like anyone can benefit from my channel. If they want to learn about criminal justice, public administration, etc., share the live stream and the channel out to them. Kat said, I didn't say anything to them because I didn't want to mess with their club vibe, but I'll say something on Monday if I see them. 100%, 100%. And that's the thing, you don't need to say something in that moment, but it's cool to see, hey, you were able to recognize that person. And shout out to you, Cats. That means you pay attention to your surroundings and the people who's around you enough to be able to identify that person, even be able to identify that person. You're good at recognizing faces then. I feel like I'm good at recognizing faces, but I'm not. If I see this person maybe 5 times or 3 times and I don't talk to you, I'm probably not going to recognize your face outside of that setting. Maybe in that specific train area I'll recognize you because if you work there and you're in uniform, but outside I'm not going to recognize you. So shout out to you, Cats, for having that good memory, it seems like, and be able to recognize other people out. And that's why I always think too, when I've ran into supporters of y'all in public, anytime that happens, I'm I always tell my mom, because anytime I ran into a supporter, whether that's a YouTube supporter or a TikTok supporter, you guys always recognize me, and I'm always with my mom, and I'm how do they recognize me? She's because they know what your face looks like. I'm what? Because for me, I don't think I would recognize. I don't think I would recognize people like that. At least the people I follow. Then again, I don't think I've ever seen them in public, but who knows? I could have, but I guess I just don't associate. I have to see them visually on my phone to be oh, that's you. But if I see you in public, it's not clicking much. So who knows? So yeah, very cool, guys. Thank you, Meme. Thank you so much for subscribing and joining the community. Hey, Julian, how are you doing today? There is a channel, okay? I met my biggest idol. You meet your biggest idol tomorrow. Very nice, okay? But I didn't know what to say to him, okay? He's not famous, by the way. And I want a picture of him. If he's not famous, how is he your idol? How do you know them? Yeah, I'm confused by that. Is it just a random person you're following around? Don't do that. But yeah, Julian, you need to explain that. Because remember, fame isn't based on your income that you have. I'm confused. Yeah, we need some clarification. Because I'm not famous, right? I don't consider myself to be famous, but the definition of famous is known by many people. And if you look at my YouTube following and TikTok following, I would say I'm known by many people, but I'm not monetary famous. So, Julian, if you said that person's not famous and you want a picture with them, my brain is going to the most drastic thing. That's not good, and I don't want to do that. So I need you to clarify on that statement a little bit. Kat said, and thanks for liking my outfit, Mia. I thought I wasn't representing my flag well by wearing the red and blue outfit. Oh, no, you had the earrings. I saw you had the earrings, Cats, and the flag, so it was perfect. I feel if you wore the red and blue outfit, it probably would have been... Then again, I don't know what the red and blue outfit looked like, but if you wore the red and blue outfit with the earrings, that would have been, a lot. So you don't want to make it noticeable on where you're going or what you're doing, so I feel your outfit was perfect based on what you described you wanted to be, where you were going that night. But wearing a red and blue outfit felt a little tacky too. I don't know. It's a lot of colors. LOL. So I wore all white with accessories. Yeah, and it looked good. It looked good. Your dress was pretty too. Thank you. Glad you like my hair. However, it is not fake. You see this? I'm pulling it. It's attached to my scalp, right? kind of hurts if I pull it too hard. So, guys, how do you call people hair fake if it's attached to their head? That makes no sense to me. So, yeah. Kat said that's crazy way to give a compliment. No, it is. Hey, Nix, how are you doing? Okay, so you know him because you saw him in a small musical. Okay. Thank you for the clarification. All right. So, yeah, if you see them again, then you can feel free to ask them. Be like, hey, I saw you in this musical. I thought you were really great. If I could take a picture with you, that would be great. So, yeah, Julian. Evan said, I've made Mexican tuna. What is a Mexican tuna sandwich, Evan? Yeah, I've had a regular tuna sandwich. What do you put in it to make it a Mexican tuna sandwich? Ooh, you're also having miso soup. Very nice, very nice. Ronnie said, I'm not sure if Steve meant that as a compliment or not, but I do really love your hair. Yeah, I don't know why, but Steve meant it as well. But thank you. Glad you like my hair. Evan said, I hope it comes across as a healthy meal. No, for sure. Yeah, it is healthy. Oh, you told me to do the analysis. Okay, so you have in tuna. Tuna has the protein in it. Mexican, I don't know what Mexican tuna is, but I'm assuming you probably put corn in it, so that's good. You have the vegetables in there, and then you're eating it with bread, so carbohydrates. And then the soup. Soup is just water that you season. Water's always good. What's in miso soup? I don't know what exactly goes in miso soup, but I know what soup is. What are we saying? But yeah, it comes out across healthy so far, Evan, for sure. What in the world? D Support said, I love flowers, but my boyfriend never bought me flowers. Then they should not be your boyfriend anymore. They should not be your boyfriend anymore. I mean, have you communicated? Well, it depends. So like you said you love flowers, but your boyfriend never bought you flowers. Have you communicated to your boyfriend that you like flowers? I mean, if you haven't communicated to them, I mean, they should still take the initiative and get you flowers, but it makes sense why they won't do it, because they I don't want to waste my money. But if you've communicated to your boyfriend that, hey, I like flowers, and they don't get you flowers, I mean, bye-bye, somebody else is gonna buy me flowers. I could buy my own flowers. So yeah. Kat said, what made it Mexican, Evan? Yeah, what made it Mexican as well? I'm curious to know. Welcome back. Okay. Mia, I would be back in bed. All right, Happy King. So I'll see you hopefully later on in the stream, if not in the comment section of one of my full instructional YouTube videos or YouTube shorts. Have a great day. Always a pleasure when you're on, Happy King. Ronnie said, Mia, how long do you think you'll stay on the stream for? I don't know, guys. I do know, but you guys want a time limit? I don't know the time limit. I'll stay on stream as long as the conversation keeps flowing, because the purpose of the live stream, at least this live stream, is to chat with y'all. So for us to have a conversation, I mean, we're gonna need the comments to still be coming. So as long as the comment section doesn't run dry, you can say, or just like the desert would never run dry like that. So as long as the comment section keeps talking and people keep talking, we'll stay on the stream. I watched a lot of movies, because why did I say that? That makes no sense. So that's how you know sometimes you watch a lot of movies, because until the comment section runs dry, before the desert run dry. Like, what? I read a lot of books and movies, because that wasn't a saying that nobody in my family ever said. So I got that from a book or a movie for sure. So what in the world? That just came out so naturally. What are we saying? Kat said, miso is healthy because it's fermented. All right. So if it's in soup, okay, it's just water seasoned with fermented paste. Okay. Oh yeah, no, that definitely sounds healthy for sure. So yeah, Evan, that is a healthy meal. Hey KSG, how are you doing today? Welcome from India. What's it like in India? Julian said, I gotta go soon, it's late. Wow, it's 8:25 p.m. in your country? Where are you tuning in from, Julian? But if you have to leave soon, it was a pleasure talking to you. Make sure to like the video and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next live stream or the comment section on my full instructional YouTube video or YouTube shorts. Yeah, I don't know. Evan said, cats in the UK, we have a weird version of what we consider Mexican. Okay, I just add red peppers, onions. Okay. Oh, we are not going to create a Mexican style meals here. Oh, so you just add the red peppers and onions and call it Mexican. Oh, okay. All right. D Support said, I told him, he tells me he loves me. I don't need flowers. Well, I don't know. This is so funny. It's not funny. I'm not laughing at you guys. I'm not laughing at you. D Support said I told him he needs me. Wait, I told him. Okay, so you told your boyfriend that you want flowers, and your boyfriend told you that he loves you, that you don't need flowers. I mean, he is right. You don't necessarily need the flowers, but you want the flowers, right? Think about it this way. You don't need a boyfriend, or he doesn't need a girlfriend, right? Your boyfriend doesn't need a girlfriend, but he wants a girlfriend, right? The same way you don't need flowers, but you want flowers, right? Tell him that. See what he gets. See if he gets you the flowers. All right? Because it's not a need. You don't need a boyfriend. You don't need a girlfriend, but you want one. So you don't need flowers, but you want flowers. So yeah, I guess that's the payment. I mean, he wants a girlfriend. He wants his girlfriend to remain happy. His payment is to get you the flowers. So tell him that. See what he says. I don't know, D4. It's funny. I'm channeling my inner Phoebe Halliwell. Phoebe Halliwell is a relationship columnist in Charmed. So when y'all ask me relationship advice, I'm channeling Phoebe Halliwell, guys, all right? Kat said, LOL, I think people are trying to balance their outside activities with trying to be on the stream. No, for sure. Yeah, 100%. And I like that for sure. I love that, Cats, because it's like a movie. Like when I'm off stream and I'm cooking, I'll watch a TV show when I'm cooking if I'm not streaming, or I'll call my mom. So I'm like in the background for y'all. Make sure not to burn yourself when you're cooking. Stay safe cooking, all right? We don't want anything happening to y'all. Evan said, Cats, I took oregano oil. Okay, so I destroyed my own good guy bacteria. All right, I need to drink miso every day. Evan said, has anyone ever experienced Haman? No, I don't. What is that? I don't know what that is, Evan. Ooh, welcome from Denmark. Okay. So yeah, okay. So it's already evening time in Denmark. All right. Evan said, oh, by the way, Drake accused me of being a man. He went off and crashed out on me on another stream. Just thought I'd snitch first. Okay. Ronnie said, Julian, Denmark is so beautiful. I went there once with the family. Very nice. My knowledge of Denmark, I saw the movie, The Prince and Me. I don't know. It was about a movie where, like, yeah, how do I know the name of that movie? I watched it a lot when I was younger. I really did. The Prince and Me is set in Denmark. It's like the prince. It's a good movie. It's kind of cringy, so feel free to watch it. That's my knowledge of Denmark. Is it like that movie, Ronnie? If you've seen that movie, Julian, is it like that movie, Denmark, or did they completely mess it up? They completely messed it up. Why you spamming Diddy? Didn't he already have his case? Like, no need to spam. What we saying? Kat said, that's interesting, Evan. Okay, in America, I feel like Mexican style stuff is taco seasoning and or corn and peppers. Yeah. When I think about Mexican style stuff, I think about tacos. It's very stereotypical, and tamales, but like that's what I see on social media. So that's what I think about when I think about Mexican food. And like Spanish rice, but is Spanish Mexican? I think so. It sounds like a dumb question. I know it really does sound like a dumb question, but no question's ever a dumb question, all right? So Spanish food is good. I think that's a form of Mexican food. Yellow rice with the rotisserie chicken. They got the beans and they got the salad. So it's really good, really good. Can you describe a good boyfriend? I don't know. A good boyfriend? Okay, describe a good boyfriend. I don't know, man. Somebody who listens to you, I guess. Okay, somebody who's gonna listen to you. Somebody who is going to I guess do nice stuff that you like without you having to ask them consistently for them to do that, and not like when it's only holidays. That's why sometimes I don't really like the idea of holidays sometimes, because I'm like, holidays, it often encourages people to act out of the norm. So Mother's Day for me is a holiday that I celebrate with my mom. So on Mother's Day, my mom always wanted me to go like extra, buy her the extra gifts. And sometimes I just look at her, I'm like, you do know I get you stuff outside of Mother's Day. So what's the difference between this one man-made holiday compared to all the other days in the year? If I don't do it all the other days in the year, you shouldn't expect something, like, you shouldn't go crazy when I do it on Mother's Day. So, like, I say that to say, I guess a good boyfriend is somebody who's honest, who listens to you, and who's nice to you. Somebody who does stuff for you outside of major holidays and on major holidays too, because yes, you do want to play into the idea of major holidays, but also you have to do it outside of major holidays too, because so what, you're just doing this for the man-made holiday. Two, I guess, I don't know. Can you describe a good boyfriend? I guess somebody who is going to share responsibilities with you. Not conform to gender norms, you can say, or even if you are conforming to gender norms, if like a female's predominantly the household person in that relationship with y'all, don't try to minimize that female's work just because you took on the more patriarchy role and you're out in society doing work or whatever. So I guess more so for that too. And somebody who's not gonna pop off on you. When I say pop off, like somebody yell at you, get out of there. Like, I mean, it depends on you. But yeah, somebody who's not gonna get into an argument or yell at you or get an attitude for the most unnecessary things. Because if that were to happen, never subject yourself for that. Think about it this way: if your parents aren't treating, and obviously your parents and your boyfriend or your significant other is different, but like if you're not taking this form of quote unquote treatment from your parents, don't take it from somebody else who's supposed to be your significant other, because I feel like your parents set the standard. And when I say that, obviously your parents and your romantic partner is probably going to be different. It better be different. Not even probably, but it better be different. But like I say, your parents set the standard because they really do. So an example is saying like, I don't know, example is saying, like, look at Uniquely Me. Uniquely Me, my mom never yells at me for the most unnecessary things or do the most unnecessary things. If public administration was to start yelling at me now, forget about public administration. All right? So something like that. So hopefully that answered your question. It wasn't a good answer, but everyone has their own opinion on what a good boyfriend is. But somebody should always just treat you with respect, I feel like. Hey... And a good boyfriend, most important, I almost forgot this is the most important thing for anyone out there who wants a boyfriend and who has a girlfriend or who has a boyfriend, has a girlfriend, or who wants something like that in the future. Never, a good boyfriend or a good girlfriend will never cause you to lower your standards for them, all right? That is most important, because sometimes I'm on social media and people always say they lowered their standards for this person, or they forgot about like their education or their goal or something for this person. No. What is wrong with you? Why would somebody be jealous of you? So yeah, that is most important for sure. Hey, what's your name? Walter. Welcome. Hey, IQB, how are you doing? Evan said, cats, I could have added a lemon and chili seasoning, but I wanted something simple. Okay. Pick a car for an edit. Let's do BMW convertible. That's always what I say. Evan said we can't make Mexican at all, but some Walmart stores call the Mexican tuna. Oh, okay. Evan said I'm mocking the British version of Mexican tuna. Hey, K-pop, how are you doing? I don't know who that is. Hey, Drake, welcome. Okay, Drake said Evan's lying. Evan said, Drake, you attacked me, dude. Hey, Ronnie. Ronnie said, oh, thank you, Ronnie. Yes, I can definitely show you my nails. What'd you think about it? So I did this on Friday. I've been using my pen a lot. It already has a pen mark. Ignore that. But remember, guys, as you guys fight, you guys can have disagreements. But remember, keep it respectful, all right? Let's not call nobody names. Let's not attack anybody's character. The minute we start using curse words or calling people stupid or idiots or dummies, that's where the conversation ends, all right? So let's remember that as we leave these comments on Uniquely Mia's channel and have arguments with each other, all right? What are we saying? Drake said Evan found the homeless guy's channel. Evan is oh my gosh, all right. Drake, I know you're a Gen Z, but chill. Evan said I didn't say. Okay. Kat said, OFG Mia, Drake, and Evan beef has migrated to another channel. Those poor viewers didn't even know the context. Oh my gosh. So it started here, and they took it outside the Uniquely Mia channel to somebody's else. Evan said, also, Drake. Evan said, I'm reading this conversation, guys. I'm reading this conversation between Evan and Jake. World. Kat said, OMG, now I may actually watch his homeless guy. You are welcome, D support. Evan said, Drake, actually, I was helping the homeless man. Tell him, stay sober. Drake said, you were obsessed with Cam. Cam has nothing to do with the homeless guy's stream. Evan said, and I didn't run away. The conversation ran dry because you had 2 accounts and was attacking me. Drake said he's not on drugs though, even if it's proof. You have 2 accounts. You were just weird, bro. Hey, E-Money, how are you doing? Welcome. Thank you so much for stopping and showing your support and the love. Really appreciate it. E-Money sending you hearts. Welcome to the community. D support said Pepper is hoot in the chat. All right. Oh, hot. Oh my gosh. You guys be accentuating the words, and I'm like, that's like a completely new word. It is a little hot, but remember, tone it down a little bit, all right? So you can have disagreements, but let's not call nobody names and things like that, all right? Kat said, at this point, Evan and Drake need to settle the conflict. Exactly. Good old-fashioned to go back. No, that'd be so funny. Imagine that. That'd be so funny, man. But no, tickling people, you can literally get them to do what you want. I don't think I'm ticklish, but I think when I was younger, I think my mom tickled me or somebody, and I did not like it. So, tickling people, it's very creepy. That's how I describe you. Like, me, how is tickling people? It's just so creepy in a way. I don't know. So, that would definitely settle the fight for sure. Ronnie said, I have to go. Bye. Have a great time. You're clearly a great person. I'll make sure to be in the next stream. All right, Ronnie. It was a pleasure having you on. Hopefully I see you in the next live stream or the comment section of my Flow Nutritional YouTube video or YouTube short. Have a great day, Ronnie. Glad you had an enjoyable time on the stream. Evan said, thanks, Mia, good advice. You're most welcome, Evan. Evan said, my tuna sandwich is meh. Okay, it's not that good. It doesn't meet the same standards as curry or spicy meals. Yeah, tuna, I will say tuna is good, though. Maybe you could try Stu's tuna recipe that he makes. I think he puts mayonnaise, relish, black pepper, something else. I don't know what else. But try that. Maybe don't put all the don't put peppers in it and that, because I've never heard of tuna with peppers. So maybe that's why it probably is kind of mid. Try it, because tuna is definitely normally good. And try it with cheese too. If you have like yellow American cheese, if you try tuna with that, it tends to be good. I mean white American cheese, not yellow. It tends to be kind of good. And lettuce. I do like tuna with lettuce. It tastes good with lettuce. Kat said, LOL, yeah, I was just trying to say something silly to throw out the argument. You did a great job at that, Kat. So that was good. But you could put sweet relish, black pepper, mustard. What else is in the tuna? Mustard, paprika, and obviously tuna for Stu's recipe. So if you guys try that, you may like that a little more. Yeah, because sweet peppers and all that. That's a lot of stuff in there. Kat said, what was the homeless guy reaction to y'all debate? No, for sure. No, because guys, my live stream, I'm nice on my live stream. And you know what? I'm happy that I'm nice for y'all, because we're promoting positivity and uniqueness. But you know what really showed me that some creators, I think, cats, don't read all the comments that they get? Is because my sister, when I was in Coney Island, it was such a long stream, I got a little tired, so she took over, and I had to like dip to go buy some stuff. So she took over and she was talking to y'all. She was ignoring people. When my sister was streaming on my channel, guys, people were typing comments, people were purchasing super chats and gifts. She was ignoring them. She was not reading everyone's comment. So, cats, I say that to say, that person who Drake and Evan, who they were fighting on that stream, he probably didn't even read the comments sometimes, because I didn't know people skipped over comments. I thought it was a norm to read every single person's comment on the live stream. People be skipping. So, I guess another thing I can add to encourage people to like the video and subscribe to my channel, if you want somebody who's going to read almost all of your comments, make sure to like the video and subscribe to Unique Lunia, because I can always say, as long as I'm the one reading the comments when I'm streaming, as long as you don't type anything severely inappropriate or uncomfortable, 9 times out of 10, I'll try to read them out loud if it's directed towards me and things like that. Evan said, Katy helped Drake, but he is also mentally unstable, so I don't know why it even bothered last time I ever helped anyone. He also blocked another dude that was helping him. Drake said, Mia, we have to talk about that sandwich, the one-piece meat. Oh yeah, I don't like meat in my sandwiches. So yeah, I had to put meat, just one slice of turkey. If you don't know what Drake is talking about, yesterday I didn't live stream what I ate, but like I made a YouTube short of me making the sandwich. And I put one piece of meat and the bread was so thick. I don't know. I like bread. You know what? I feel like when I eat Heroes, I eat the Heroes more for the bread. I'm a bread person, all right? If my mom makes homemade bread, love bread. I just like hero bread in general. And meat, I feel like, you know how some people cook chicken and they get the chicken neck? That means that they like eat the chicken and they actively think about them eating the chicken. I'm like that with meat, like tuna, not with tuna. I mean like with turkey or chicken. If I'm eating a sandwich and it has too much of like the turkey or the chicken and I can like look at it too much or like taste it too much, I don't like it. Even though that may sound weird for y'all, but like that's just how I operate. So yeah, one piece was good for me, to be honest. Evan said they accused me of being a male. Hey Buck, how you doing, Buck T? When you went to Coney Island, how was the food? Oh snap, my mom didn't send me the video. I didn't do the food review on Nathan. She she probably has it. She didn't send me the videos. Send me the Nathan's. Thank you. You reminded me. I have to do a food review. I spelled out so wrong. I spelled nations instead of Nathan's. That's sad. It'd be cool if she could send me some nations, though, right? True nepotism in its form. Send me some nations, Mom. He's funny. I can't even spell it now. She knows what I'm talking about. Oh my god, I spelled that wrong. I spelled Nathan this time. I don't care. It's okay. I'll call her after the stream. But the food when we went to Coney Island, it was mid. It was not good. My mom, she literally paid, I think it was like $40. She got fried shrimp and fish and some french fries from Nathan's, and we shared it. Disgusting. The food literally had no taste. The fries was soggy, was not good at all. So skip over Nathan's when you go to Coney Island. Excuse me, we did go to a Korean hot pot place out after we went to, like, after the day at Coney Island. It's like right across the street from Nathan's. That was really good. Like, we had to cook the food in front of us. We live streamed that as well. It was definitely like a unique experience, but it was healthy and it was very delicious. So do recommend going to that K-pot place. Kat said, yeah, that was crazy, Drake. Sandwich wetters are important, and turkey and a sandwich is wetter. Yeah, it was kind of, yeah, because I looked at that. When I took it out the plastic, turkey was wet, and I had to look at it. I'm like, are you expired? But then I realized it was just how the turkey was kind of wet. Drake said, Evan, we accuse you of being a weirdo. Okay, that's it. It's just Mia is so nice and don't see it. Evan said, cats, I am on day 3 of the May Roots hair vitamins. I'm going to post an AI review. Very nice. Evan said, Mia, I might do an AI review. What's an AI review though? Like a robot does it around the end of the month, and Mary Roots hair vitamins. Okay, I'll be on the lookout for your video, Evan. Yeah, I'm subscribed to you. My post notifications are on for your channel. So when you post that video, I will show it to y'all. I'll watch it. I need something to drink. I need chopsticks. My lips are chopped. All right, 1 minute, guys. I got a text from somebody. I'll send it later. Evan said, never add 1 piece of meat. Add 3 or 2 slices of cheese. That's too much. Hey Ray, how are you doing? Can you believe or not? Can you believe you're not eating something? Oh, okay, yeah, because normally I do like eating streams, yeah. Normally, to be honest, I've been eating kind of early, and when I eat so early, I don't stream early, so that's why we haven't been doing much eating streams. Either I'll eat really early or really late, so I tend to, I'm starting to film like YouTube shorts when I eat, but I'll bring back the eating streams. I'll do some eating streams Most likely tomorrow for y'all. It's a holiday. I feel like I could do an eating stream. So you guys missed the eating stream. So I'll do an eating stream for you guys tomorrow to figure out what I'm going to eat then. I need to eat something good that my mom made that you guys didn't see me eat. Yeah. Eating stream. I'll do that tomorrow. But yeah, I've just been eating at the most random times. So, because like when I stream, I like to be on live stream with y'all for at least an hour. So when I eat sometimes, like I'm just taking like a 15-minute break for my schoolwork, and that's why. Who's LeBron James? I know who LeBron James is. Who are you just saying LeBron James? Do you know LeBron James, or do you think I look like LeBron James? What are you saying when you say that? Kat said, "What's an AI review?" Yeah, I want to know what that is too. Evan said, "Cats, I'm just gonna narrate." Oh, using AI. Oh, because I hate my own accent and my voice is super recognizable. Okay. Drake said, "Evan, you have a whole different vibe in this stream, but outside this stream, you call people out their name." Okay. Drake, I'm insane, bro. I haven't said Drake. I got. Oh my god. Okay. What's my favorite sport? What's my favorite sport? Horseback riding. I did horseback riding one time when I went to summer camp. One time, literally. Well, it was one time for like that whole 2 weeks, and I never did it again in my life. But it will remain. It will be horseback riding. Okay. One day I won't on a. I don't know. Yeah, my career path, no matter how hard I work, I don't think I'll be able to own a horse unless I marry rich. But, like, I probably won't be able to own a horse based on my work ethic, all right? Just with my career path that I'm going on. However, I can definitely pay for horse lessons where I can, like, ride a horse, like, weekly, kind of how people pay for Pilates lessons in the future. So, favorite sport, horseback riding. It was super, super duper fun at summer camp. Evan said, "Now be quiet, son." Kat said, I never had. I might begin with. Okay. Evan said, what in the world? People call themselves names now in the chat. What is happening? Drake said, "I know you are." Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. Okay. What in the world? Yeah, I'm trying to read up, Jay. If I'm behind in the chat, please bear with me. I try to read each and every person's comment. Hey, Jimmy. Glad you love the stream. I love that you love it. Love that you're here. How's your day going, Jimmy? Kat said that makes sense. My own voice makes me want to cringe too. You get used to it. You really do get used to your own voice, because when I first started making content on YouTube, I used to rewatch my Floating Trees new YouTube videos. I still rewatch my videos, but not as often. But, like, anytime I used to edit my videos, when I first started posting videos on YouTube, I'm like, ew, look at my voice. I was like, ew, my voice sounds so weird. Anytime I used to edit my videos, I used to be so weirded out by hearing my own voice. Now I got used to it. Like, sometimes if you watch my videos, I play with the different pitches in my voice to see if I should try the influencer voice you say. I play with the different pitches sometimes. I could post an unedited video for you. You guys do not want to see that, but, like, maybe one day I'll post an unedited video so you guys can see the different ranges in my voice to get my introduction right. But that's the most I do with my voice, just to make it sound like a little, not different, but, like, project it a little more. That's one thing I think that's definitely helped by streaming and making fully nutritional YouTube videos. I have to really articulate my words a lot more and project my voice so you guys can hear me. But yeah, if you're not somebody who hears your own voice a lot, it's not good. Like, it's not good. It's like, I feel like the way we could think about it, I feel like if only we had the power to see what we look like through somebody else's eyes, like, we probably wouldn't like how we look, or we would look so weird. But, like, we see ourselves in the mirror, but, like, the way that my face is reflecting on my phone, do people actually see me like that? I mean, they do, but, like, do they? That's so weird. So the same thing with your voice. We think people's not gonna like our voice because we don't like it. Evan said, "Mia, I am a nice human being. Let me generate a reference now." Okay. D Support said, "Mia, do you think it's okay if a girl tells a boy she likes him?" Yeah, for sure. For sure, yeah. I mean, we live in a modern world, 100%. So, so yeah, if a girl wants to tell a boy that she likes him, go ahead and do it. I mean, the only time a boy, I feel like, quote unquote, shouldn't like it is if that male lives, I guess, follows the patriarchy a lot. And if as my mom, Queen Mother, says, if a male wants to be a male and follow the patriarchy a lot, then I guess that male needs to be able to, like, work and have the financial support, emotional support to be a male. So I feel like that's the only reason why a boy won't like that. But yeah, I mean, a girl can 100% tell a boy that she likes him. I mean, there's multiple different forms of like a romantic context, unromantic context. You could still do that. So yeah. Evan said, huh? Evan, oh, you're talking about yourself. Okay. All right. Let me see. What is happening? Okay, fighting. All right. They're fighting in the chat. DH support said, would you tell a boy you like him? For sure. I tell my nephew I like him all the time. I tell G I like him sometimes. You're talking about in a romantic context. I suppose if I like somebody like that, but that's not a goal of mine. I'm focusing on my schoolwork. But like I said, the same answer like I gave for a girl. There's not double standards, all right? There's not a double standard because I'm a feminist. I consider myself to be a feminist. If you want to label me as a feminist, label me as a feminist. But in a feminist world, you can't have a double standard, all right? So, yeah. And that it's not even not being a feminist. It's just having like advancements for females, I feel like. However, even though I am a feminist, I always find it so weird though. Or not weird, but like in my opinion, when I see videos of like women proposing to males, that is a little like, what are you doing? That's a little iffy for me. That's a little strange to me when I see that on social media with the female like getting down on her knee and like having the ring and like asking the guy to marry her. That's a little iffy for me. That's a little thing. But you do you. You are still more than welcome on the channel. So I am a feminist, but that part of it is like, that's a little weird. And I feel like mostly because that idea was created by males to say ask the male has to ask the female if the female wants to marry that person. I will say so. I mean, that's mostly why. And yes, the patriarchy still influences that 9 times out of 10. But also, in addition to that, I mean, we are quote unquote in a male driven society. So 9 times out of 10, sometimes when females, I guess, get married, they sometimes give up a lot more than males traditionally give up. So I guess why, even though I'm a feminist, that the idea of a female asking a male to marry them is a little weird to me. But yeah. Kat said, yes, I always wish I could see myself through new eyes. That's why I wish I had an identical twin. No, for real. I'd be like, oh, that's me. No, honestly, like, we could have been identical twins, but like our parents, they don't have the funds to, I guess, go to the doctor and like rig the embryos to like have identical twins. Because I'm confident they do that. I'm fairly confident that those ultra rich people, if they want twins or triplets, they're going to the doctor and they're like, okay, give me triplets, give me twins. They're rigging it. Otherwise, you gotta wait on your genetics. But my mom, anytime I say I wish I was a twin, she always starts screaming. She's like, 2 of me. I would be too much of her. Too much of the positive uniqueness in her life. Yeah, that's why she didn't want 2 of me. Too much positive uniqueness, uniquely me, positivity and motivational words going at her. So that's why we couldn't have 2 uniquely Mias. But I just like the idea of a twin because you always have a friend. Like, literally, a twin is your built-in friend. So, like, if your twin doesn't like you, like, you have to like me if I had a twin. You don't like me, you have to like me. Who else is gonna like you? So, they're your built-in friend. That's why I always like the idea of a twin. But alas, God was like, you know what, uniquely Mia, you ain't having no built-in friend as a twin. You going solo with it. So we going solo with it. Jake said, my IQ is 160. All right. Kat said, wow, that ginger drink really helped. Nice. Okay, your stomach feels better. Okay, okay. So maybe you unlock the secret, Cats. Whatever else you put in that ginger drink, bottle it. And who knows, maybe you probably found a new medicinal supplement that's gonna make you comfortable. All right. Drake said, you have to have a measurement. You're gonna prove him smart. Yes, that's a good question. Alright. I'm not even interjecting on Evan and Drake conversation, so if you guys think I'm ignoring them, I'm not ignoring them, but I'm not interjecting because at this point I have come to my own conclusion / inference that they like it. That Evan and Drake, y'all like disagreeing with each other. And that is 100% okay, but I'm not interjecting anymore because it's going back and forth, so I'm assuming y'all like it. Kat said, I'd never propose to a man literally ill. Like, you get it. Like, exactly. That's so... It's just kind of... Like, even though you're a feminist, it's just kind of weird. I don't know. It's just... Really? Yeah. It's kind of weird to me a little bit. Evan said, the cheese board problem, a standard chessboard chessboard has 64 squares. Okay, if you take two opposite corners off the chessboard, can you cover the remaining 62 squares with each? Exactly. Kat said also a woman kneeling in front of... No, and that's the thing too, a woman kneeling in front of a man. Like, throughout history, the patriarchy has literally subjected women to a position where women are literally below men. So you're telling me, I guess in the one instance where a man is lowering themselves to a woman, kneeling in front of them, the women now want to take back on and kneel back to men and fall back into that patriarchy? Like, no. So I get what you're saying, Cats, and I do agree with that. I do agree with that statement. But as you guys are continuing with your disagreements, remember not to call anybody names or anything like that. As I always say, what's happening? So, Evan, Drake, what do you guys think about my opinions on what I'm saying? Because you guys, I know I'm getting Cats and Pokemon opinion, which I do love. Shout out to you, Cats. Continue to let me know what you think. But everyone else in the live stream, we have 8 people on. What do y'all think about that idea of, like, the idea of females proposing to men? I don't know how this conversation came about, but somebody asked me a question, and that was an example that I used. So that's why. What do you guys think about that, Evan and Drake? And Cats and Pokemon, Eric, if you're still here, all the 8 people on the stream, let me know. Kat said, oh, by the way, Drake, is this your actual picture? It's not Drake's dad. Drake said, oh my god. Welcome back, Ronnie. How you doing today? What'd you do off stream? No need to tell me, Evan. I thought you, like, no need to tell me. Y'all do what you doing. You guys are having your own disagreement. Just keep it respectful. Remember not to call nobody any names as you continue to have disagreements with people. Kat said also, I think that modern day men aren't mentally ready to be proposed. No, it makes sense. It does make sense, yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. And yeah, it's just, yeah, I don't know. Never mind. No, it's controversial. I'm not gonna start a controversial debate, but what you're saying makes a lot of sense. I will say though, one last thing about that topic that which can relate to that, Cats and Pokemon, what you're saying, emotional intelligence is very important. I feel like as I was growing up, when I was growing up, my mom, she did teach me a lot about, I guess, emotional intelligence. Delayed gratification is important. Like, I posted, I'm not sure if you posted the video, saw the video that I posted, like, these are all my different wallets. And I sent my mom, She's like 1,000 out of infinity. That's true, but I also said she gets me whatever I want whenever I ask it. That was a little stretch. That was a stretch. She doesn't give me everything I want when I ask him. And 9 times out of 10, if I ask him something, she's gonna get it. So I say that to say, Cats, I feel like one thing relates by what you said. I guess modern day men aren't ready for women to propose to them. In my opinion is on that is because of one, emotional intelligence is very important, and delayed gratification. Because growing up, I didn't get everything that I wanted immediately. I did get it at a certain point in time, but not immediately when I asked, perhaps. And emotional intelligence, regulating your emotion, it's often taught to girls to be a little bit more responsible. However, with the males in my life, like, particularly my nephew, I can speak on him, or like, just like other little kids who's in my household that I observe, they're taught emotional intelligence. My nephew, he's taught emotional intelligence. He knows what it is, but it took him a while to figure it out. And sometimes you can look at him and tell he still hasn't developed it a lot. He's still a kid, so he's still developing it. However, I guess it wasn't taught to him as early as girls. And then literally, my nephew, he gets everything that he wants. Everything he wants, all right? And obviously, if he goes at my mom, she's his grandma, he'll ask her for something, she's gonna get it immediately. Understandable, you're his grandma, do that. But like, sometimes, like, he didn't listen for the whole day. How are you still getting him this thing that he asked for? He was bad the whole day. He's just nice in this current moment of time to get what he wants. I feel like if we said no to boys more, in my opinion, if we said no to boys a lot more and taught them about emotional intelligence sooner and delayed gratification, it would mature them a lot more, in my opinion, to make them, I guess, mentally prepared for women to propose to them. Because one thing that I do see in my household is a lot of saying boys are better than girls from little boys in my household sometimes. And I'm like, you're saying that, but like, your behavior doesn't prove that. So that is true. And I feel like that is has been exemplified throughout history, double standards for boys and girls, which negatively affects or boys in when they grow up. But then again, we live in a patriarchy world, so like, the people who's not quote unquote emotional intelligent with delayed gratification, they're the people in power, which isn't good. So yeah. D Support said, would you consider doing an interview or reaction video to real life proposals where a woman took the lead? I mean, I would definitely consider it. I would 100% consider it. My only hesitation, D Support, with why I probably won't do it, even though I am considering it, or if I won't do it anytime soon, is just because of my channel. I'm not one to judge people on the way they live their lives, all right? So even though I'm saying, hey, I don't like the idea of a female proposing to a male, there's a lot of other reasons why I'm saying that I didn't mention, even though I gave some examples into why. But like, that's how somebody lived their life. That's a choice that person is taking. So I feel like if I were to do a reaction video, I would have to show that person's face and just like the setup behind it. And yes, I can blur out their face, but like, I feel like it's still identifiable, and I don't want to judge people, if that makes sense. So I already know my reaction to that will be negative. Like, right off the bat, I'll probably be laughing at that person. It would just be really negative, and I don't want to promote negativity on my channel. So I'll definitely consider it if there's a way for me to do that in the future. D Support, where I'm not gonna judge them negatively, or where I can like blur out their face in the background so they're not 100% identifiable. For sure I can do that, but a lot of thought would have to go into that on my end. D Support. Evan said, Mia, when I was growing up, there were so many women who worshipped men are the main bulk of the problem. Yeah, I mean, I'll agree to disagree with you with that, Evan. I don't see women as the problem, honestly. Okay, I have to word. Let me word what I'm about to say very carefully. I don't see women as the problem. I will say, okay, a question for you guys while I answer this. A question for y'all while I answer this. Do you more so think it's probably because of, like, cultural backgrounds that plays a role into who proposes to who? So that's a question for the audience while I answer Evan's statement. So do you guys think that it's because of cultural backgrounds, the reason why males often propose to women? So, but to answer Evan's comment, Evan said, Mia, when I was growing up, there were so many women who worships men, and that's the main bulk of the problem. So thank you for sharing that experience, Evan. 100%. Thank you for sharing that experience because, yeah, I didn't see that when I was growing up, but I do know that is definitely part of people's culture and the way some people grew up. So that is so impactful what you shared. But I'm just gonna respond, say my opinions on the part where you said you think the part where women worship men is the bulk of the problem. I disagree with that statement. I don't think it's because women worship men that's the problem. I think the problem comes in terms of the problem is society. The problem is society. That's why on my channel, we advocate for societal change on my channel. The problem is society because throughout history, it has been patriarchal. Okay? Why when a female get married, they got to change their last name? Literally. Why when females enter the workplace, males are often paid more than females if females are more qualified? Why are males oftentimes in supervisor positions? Why are males often treated with more respect? If somebody is married and the female is a stay-at-home wife, the female is a stay-at-home wife. They're cooking all the food every day. They're cleaning the house every single day. They're paying the bills. They're planning vacations. They're buying clothes. They're doing all this for men. And men are outside working hard at their job. However, the male comes home 9 times out of 10, and then they tell the female, "Oh, you sat down in the house all day. You didn't do anything. Why are you tired?" What in the world are you talking about? That is a lot of work. Sometimes it's more work than your job, or equally so. So I feel like the problem is society. Society throughout history, guys, and in modern day, we treat men as a society, not me, but we treat men as a society. And throughout history, if you look at textbooks, with the utmost respect, which is great, respect everybody, but we give men in society, particularly throughout history, we have given men respect freely without them having to earn it, I think. So that is the problem. I will say, in some cultures, yes, they teach females to worship men, but that's a select few. That is a select few, I feel like. So I feel like it's definitely society. When we're looking at a modern context, I feel like the problem comes in if an American female who has all the rights in the world and still chooses to be a stay-at-home mom, or a trad wife, you can say, where they're essentially kind of bound down to men. I don't see that as a problem. That's how they choose to live their lives. What I do see as a problem is them still not advocating for women's rights. All right, I feel like every single female in the world, particularly if you are in a Western culture, in Europe, in the United States, that is a Western culture. I feel like every single female, no matter how you choose to live your life, you should advocate for female rights. You really should, because you never know when the day will come when you need to reap those benefits. It can be as simply as getting a divorce, having your own bank account, having the option to disagree with your husband. Every single female in the entire world, in my opinion, particularly in a Western society, should advocate for female rights, okay? Even if you choose to be a stay-at-home mom. So I know I got a little serious with that, but it is a serious topic. So that's where I feel like the problem comes in with that. But let me read and see what you guys said. Drake said, who hasn't seen Infinite Hotel Paradoxing? I haven't seen that before. Oh, Drake, I want your opinion on what do you think about females proposing to males? What do you think about that idea? Females proposing to males. Evan said, Mia, I'm going to stop discussing anything with Drake. Okay. I disagree with women proposing to males. Evan said, okay. I feel it is like we are beneath the male. However, in a culture, you sort of propose to propose to one another. Oh, so you're saying in your culture, Evan, both the male and females propose to each other? I can see that before. I like that idea. I can see that idea of both the males and females proposing to each other. I can understand that. Ronnie said, I was doing a little bit of homework. Okay, you didn't enjoy your homework. Understandable. Homework is not fun. Jake said, Evan, the same here. I said that to myself the minute. Okay. Jake said, Kat said, Drake, it's if you agree. Okay, thank you for posting that comment, Kat. Hey, welcome back, Wiggles. I love your username. Welcome back, Wiggles. Okay, you gotta go. Pleasure having you on. Drake said, it's clear you're the problem, Evan. Oh, okay. What are we saying? Evan said, I believe men have numerous advantages as women do. That's why we are 50-50 partners. But men these days are bugging, glitching badly. Jake said, that's why you have multiple accounts though, because you got blocked by people and still want to see them. D Support said, can we vote? Oh, yeah, we can do that. Okay, I'll create a poll for y'all. Would you guys vote? Oh, wait, let's see. Hopefully the poll works, because in the past, the poll hasn't worked. All right. I do not be Googling this on my own, guys, because why, like, you know how sometimes your, like, text recommends words for you? It's not recommending anything like this to me. It's just recommended, like, incarceration, a whole bunch of things, man. Labubu's dolls, that's what it's recommending. Okay, finally we got it. All right. All right, let's see. How do I start the poll? Oh my gosh, it's not letting me do the poll. YouTube updated their stuff. I don't think it's letting me do the poll, guys. Just spam the comments. Let me know. I'm like, YouTube, they updated their thing on how to make a poll and I can't figure it out. So I can't do the poll. It's not working. Yeah, it's not working, guys. I'm sorry. I think it's like I updated my app. I think the way YouTube implemented their thing, they updated it. It's not working for me for the poll. So just spam the comments. Let me know, what would you do or what do you stand? Kat said, yeah, I've seen men getting proposed to, then suddenly feel demasculated. Yeah, no, that's the word, the demasculate. I've heard that too. Yeah, or like you can just see it on their face. They're like, they want to say no when that happens to them. So, like I said, it's society, it's the way that they raise, and like you can't blame men for it. You really can't. Like when things happen like that and men, quote unquote, feel demasculated, you can't blame them. Why? You gotta blame how they were raised in society, because it's society who puts this expectation on men and this burden on them, I can say, to say you gotta do this. But at the same time, you as a male, you decided to adopt the burden, because once society puts this expectation on you, you can choose whether you want to conform to that or not. So I feel like when males choose to conform to the societal expectations that's placed on them, and then when they feel a certain way, you can't really complain because you decided to adopt that personality, I feel like. So there's a lot of different reasons why. So literally it starts with raising your kids and teaching your kids various lessons, all right? Teaching your kids how you want them. What type of, okay, so I feel like sometimes when you look at your kid, look at your kid and see the adult version of them. What type of adult do you want your kid to be? That's how you gotta think about it. Like my nephew, for his birthday, my sister took him to get a pedicure. I was shouting him out. I'm like, okay, I see you, dude. That's awesome. That's so cool. You know why I did that? One, because it was genuinely really cool. Because prior to my nephew going to the nail salon to get a pedicure, no male in my life has ever done that. And I'm like, okay, that's great. He's going to grow up and he's going to want to get more pedicures. He's going to want to get massages, things like that has historically been quote unquote girly behavior. And I'm like, there's nothing girly about that. So he's already learning little things on breaking small gender stereotypes. Like he still has gender stereotypes, but his valid ones to have sometimes. If it's unvalid ones and I see that, I'm telling him why it's unvalid if I see that. But like his mom is exposing him to like quote unquote little girly behaviors that has historically been girly behaviors. So hopefully when he grows up and he actually becomes a man, he's not gonna feel demasculated, you could say, Cats, when he does things like that. So yeah, it's good. That was a great idea though, D Support. I was gonna make the poll, but YouTube, they updated the live stream for some reason and it's really hard for me to do. I'm gonna have to Google it after stream and try to figure that out, why that is happening. Drake said, I don't think women should propose to men. Okay. So we see that opinion there. Love it. Hey, Jay, welcome back. Evan said, I've seen women in my workplace criticize 6 females that one man flirted with. However, she didn't say anything. Man, no, for real. I see that all the time on social media. I see that all the time with males calling females a whole bunch of negative names for them dating like 6 people. When they themselves, the males, do that all the time. I'm like, what is wrong with you? You can't do that. If you as a male, I mean, obviously if the male doesn't date 6 people and the female doesn't date 6 people, then the male has something to say. But sometimes it's literally the same males who will date 10 people is criticizing the female who is also dating 6 people. Like, what? You can't do that. So, I mean, don't date 6 people together, but that's kind of weird. You can't criticize and call people names like that. So it's always little double standards that exist there. Evan said, I've seen super, you're right, men have historically had so much respect that if it has made them entitled to respect and feeling they deserve respect just for being born. Man, no, for real, exactly. This is an issue in your culture. Yeah, so it starts from young. So if you have any little kids in your life, particularly little kids who are boys, teach them the better ways. Like, I think I've seen something. What is it? I see some parents doing it on social media. They're like, they say if they have boys, they're teaching their boys to be sensitive and they're teaching their girls to be fighters. And I like that. I like that. So that's what some parents have been doing. They say when they have little kids, they're like, I'm teaching my boy to be sensitive, all right? And I'm teaching my girl how to fight. Because it's always been flipped historically. And then some people could come at me and be like, well, if I teach boys to be sensitive, this is what's going to happen in society. Look at all the bad things that's already happening because some males, not all males, but look at all the bad things that has happened just because some males don't know sensitivity and because some girls, well, not even some, most girls don't know how to be fighters, all right? Look at what has happened in society sometimes. So if you flip the narrative, it can't be any worse. Hopefully it gets better. Or if it's the same, then at least you tried something different. Kat said, yeah, I think it's deeply ingrained societal norms that causes men to propose more. Okay, but I don't think it should change because the power balance isn't equal. Yeah, so proposing shouldn't be equal. No, I agree with that too. I do agree with that. So that is a great summarization, Cats and Pokemon. That's a great summarization of that Kat said. It's deeply ingrained in societal norms that causes men to propose more to females, but she doesn't think it should change because the power balances isn't equal. Exactly. So proposing shouldn't be equal either. Exactly. I can definitely see that narrative. And I saw a research study one time to try to connect it back to education. I'll have to see if I can find it and post it for y'all. But I saw a research study one time. It said males benefit more from marriage than females do. Obviously, sometimes some females benefit a little more, but like if we're looking at emotional, biologically for males sometimes, 9 times out of 10, the males benefit more from marriage than females. So if we're looking at it from a researcher standpoint, females, you shouldn't be asking any man to marry you. They should be the one asking to marry you because, like, yeah, that's how I see it. So, yeah. And Queen Mother would see it the same way, I feel like. She never asked anybody to marry her. So I feel like she would definitely see it the same exact way if she was here. All right? So, yeah. It's the only time I will say I agree with my mom when it comes to following gender norms. Okay? Because 9 times out of 10, I don't agree with my mom when she says follow specific gender norms. But I feel like that is the only topic where I fully agree with her when you say follow gender norms. Like, she's not getting on her knees to ask a guy to marry her. My mom's not doing that, no. Evan said, I think women should go out and gym and feel strong. It's very important to look strong. No, exactly. Yeah, I do agree with that. Hey, Ashton, how are you doing? No need to spam, Ashton. Hey, Cassie, how are you doing today? Glad you could be here. What's my name? I'm Uniquely Mia, also known as Mia, and you are welcome for your positivity and uniqueness. All opinion, people, and ideas are welcome as long as we communicate to each other in a kind and respectful way. So make sure to like the video, do consider subscribing, and joining the Uniquely Mia community. On this live stream, a discussion was started about gender norms and marriage proposals between male and females. On this channel, sometimes we speak about the most random things. So if you want to start a new conversation or hop onto this one, feel free to do so. What are we saying? Hey, Mike, how are you doing? DH Support said, would you do a Q&A on love, marriage, and modern relationships? I mean, yeah, I would do that, but I feel like I would wait until I'm home from my mom so I could film it with my mom, just because I can definitely speak on that topic, but you would actually have some responses from, I guess, somebody who has gone through that. But she has a page. She doesn't. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that. But yeah. So I would definitely do that. I'll take a screenshot of it and I'll have you guys post some questions. But I won't film it anytime soon. I would definitely wait till I go home so you get some of her insights on that as well. But I can definitely give you some of my opinions on that. I mean, it wouldn't be much different from what I have given already, but I can definitely film a full nutritional YouTuber for that. So if you have any questions related to that, feel free to spam the comments with those questions, and I'll post like in the community post section how I have done for my previous interviews, or so you guys can like write your questions there. No, she was a fairy, like exactly like that. I like that. She was a fairy. I'm not gonna say it. It's so funny. It's so funny, man. Like, it's just that it's the beginning of the song. It's hilarious. It's really hilarious. Hey, Navia, how are you doing today? Evan said, my mom legit told me I have to tell when I go out and give her the address and phone numbers of the places, but she will let my brothers leave the house without any of that at all. Yeah, and it's, just the way, and you know what, sometimes I feel like, it's probably just the way she was raised too, and I guess your mom, Evan, she has to probably understand that the world treats men a little better, or men are a little safer when they go out at random times and do random things, because that's the valid, honest truth too. Like, as a girl, I'm gonna be very scared if I'm outside in the middle of the night. I'm not doing that. For a boy, I feel like a male would still feel scared, but like they're still gonna do it, because like males are just biologically a little stronger than girls too, so if somebody attacked them, their strength that they naturally have is much more than a girl has to fight that person off. So yeah, I feel like maybe, Evan, it could be your mom has a little bit of bias in there, but she could honestly just be doing that to protect you as well, because she knows about like all the negatives that exist in the world too. And you know what, Evan, too, you could ask your mom this, because I feel like too, when we have these conversations sometimes, maybe do you ask your mom, Evan, why she does that? Because I don't have a brother. I mean, I don't have like a biological brother. I didn't grow up with a boy in my house. I mean, I grew up in a male house, but I didn't grow up with like a brother in my house. So I never had to ask my mom these questions, right? So my mom, she raised me. She did a great job. I will say she's still doing a great job. So but if I had a brother and my mom had double standards that existed in my household, Evan, I would have definitely asked her why, like, what's with these double standards? What's happening? So, I mean, now I have G, a bonus brother, you can say. So, he's great and all, but, like, the way he's raised it's not really our responsibility much. I mean, I do try to educate him on, like, gender stereotypes and differences, but he has his own parents, and, like, who am I to interject on the way that his parents want to raise him? But Evan, I feel like you should definitely ask your mom why she treats you that way if you feel a little iffy about that. D Support said, drop a supportive message like for Unique Lumia, 100%. Do you consider dropping a message? Thank you so much for liking the video, D Support. Really appreciate it. Hi, how are you doing? I can't read your username because I think that's in Chinese, I believe. I could be incorrect. Cassie said, isn't it because she thinks women are more likely to be targeted outside? Yeah, that could be it too, for sure. That could be a valid reason too. Evan said, Mia, a man. Oh, wow. No, that happens to men too, for sure, Evan. It really does happen to men. So it's really sad. And like when horrendous and disgusting and terrible things happen like that to men, that man shouldn't be shamed. Justice should still be served. So that's what I'm saying. Like 9 times out of 10, when we have these discussions, if you guys feel like I'm attacking males or like putting males down, that's not what I'm doing. I just speak on what has historically been the problem or what has historically been the root of the problem. And not all males are going to subject women to being less than or something like that. So there's no way that's never, when we have these discussions, if you are male watching this, never feel like that, all right? You are still more than welcome on the channel, but my channel is one for advocacy and education. And if we want to advocate for a change 9 times out of 10, we do have to speak about what has historically been the root of the problem and concern and what still is prevalent in modern society. And 9 times it is men oppressing women. However, there are men who also oppress male, and it's very terrible, and they should be advocated for as well. And if I have, if I have knowledge to advocate for men, and I will definitely continue to do that. But as I always say, I'm a female, so I will advocate for female rights first before I try to advocate for another gender first. So yeah, but that is terrible, Evan. Hopefully that person is gonna get justice. Like that person who did that to them is gonna be incarcerated, or that's just so terrible. You ask your mom, Evan, if she denies it. Oh, thank you so much for your kind words. My mom's a diamond. She 100% is, Evan. Really, really do appreciate your kind words towards my mom. You have $67. Okay, very nice, Jay. What are you gonna do with it? Are you gonna save it up? Are you gonna buy something with it? Hello, Dan. Has ICE not deported you yet? I mean, how would ICE deport me and I'm an American citizen? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Have they deported you yet? I hope they didn't, but like, have they deported you yet? I hope they didn't. That's terrible. Like, don't let that happen, but that's not good. Evan said, I just believe I'm equal to a man. Exactly. Like, I see myself as being equal to any other gender, all right? I see myself as being equal, but as I always say, men and women are equal. However, I feel like females should have a little bit more confidence than men have, because the world's already set up in a man's favor. Whether they know it or they don't know it, it's already set up for you. So, yeah, that's how I see it. I don't see myself as being better than a man, but I see myself as being equal, and I feel like sometimes I'll have a little more confidence than a man, or I have to get a little bit more qualifications than a man, because the world is set up for y'all. What are we saying? Everyone bullies everyone. I haven't said I think everyone bullies everyone. It's a good question. Does everyone bully everyone? I don't think I ever bully anybody. Yeah, I don't think everybody bullies everyone. Maybe a fly. You know what I thought about the other day? You know what I thought about too? Now that, because you said that everyone bullies everyone. Now we're gonna bring it into religion a little bit. We're not gonna take a deep dive. You know what the 10 Commandments are, right? What if the 10 Commandments are thou shalt not kill, right? We're all sinners. You know how I know we're all sinners? Even like my little nephew's a sinner and he broke the 10 Commandments. You know how I know that? Mosquitoes. Flies. I feel like one of us, I've definitely killed a fly. I've definitely killed a mosquito. My nephew has definitely killed a fly. My nephew has definitely killed a mosquito. I'm fairly confident that almost everyone watching this live stream has killed a bug. We're all sinners. We broke one of the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not kill. I thought about that the other day, and literally, I was like, I cannot kill any more flies. I cannot do that. And that just came to my head, Evan, because you're like, everyone is bullies. I feel like everyone has broken the 10 Commandments. I mean, everyone lies, all right? People lie, all right? Whether it's a white lie to like a stranger or somebody, you just broke it that way, but like, it's so crazy. It's like when you critically think about stuff, you're like, oh, okay, wow. So you know what? My mom's always telling me even little babies are innocent. I always tell her even little babies are not innocent, because I've seen a baby lie before, all right? So, my nephew. So, nobody, guys. What is planet Earth? It's crazy. Evan said, wait, what are we saying? Cassie said, LOL, I'm a guy, but my parents never really cared how I grew up to be. Okay. That's kind of sad. Are you okay, Cassie? Hopefully you're okay. Evan said, Mia, what's your favorite tail out spot? What do you mean by that? I'm confused. What's a tail out spot, Evan? Yes, he said, still crazy to me how they just go into your house, put you on a plane or van, and send you back to your origin country. Yeah, I mean that has to be a little illegal going into your house without probable cause. I mean, what their probable cause is that somebody wasn't a citizen of the United States, but that's still not probable cause to a crime. So that part's a little bit illegal, I feel like. I mean, yeah, but I guess they know who they're doing it to because they can't sue because I guess they're not an American citizen, but that's not legal, I don't think. But we're not going to take a deep dive into that because that's actually like a very controversial topic, but it is sad. It is kind of crazy. We're not doing moms in this stream. Evan said, we only stop sitting in our sleep. Let's go. We really only do stop sitting in our sleep. That is true. Evan said, mosquitoes D support said one time, let a roach go because of that. Oh, you let a roach go because of that? I'm a still do, like, I'm not stopping because it's an inconvenience. Like, you gotta atone for your sins, say your prayers, because guys, everyone has broken the 10 Commandments, even a little kid. Little kids, the first thing little kids learn how to do after they learn how to talk is lie. Literally. After they learn how to talk, they learn how to lie. So if you start lying from a young age, man, you already broke one of thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not, what is the 10 Commandments? But it's a lot, alright? But, so obviously don't break the major 10 Commandments, alright? Because there's some, don't do that. What's wrong with y'all? No, but thou shalt not steal. You shall not bear false witness. You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. Keep the Sabbath holy. Thou shalt not kill. Did they just repeat some of this stuff? Honor your father and your mother. Oh, okay. Yeah. You shall not covet. You shall not make idols. So yeah. We've all broke it. How many have I broken? I'm not gonna tell y'all. Snap. Atone for your sins. Atone for your sins. Oh my god, bro. So, oh wow. Evan said, however, the world was created for us by God, but the animals are also serving us because sometimes we eat those same animals too and use them for our clothing like leather and wool. Yeah, that is true. Evan said, Mia, I meant takeout spot. Oh, what's my favorite takeout spot? That's a great question. What is my favorite takeout spot? I don't eat out often, but when I do eat out, I like Buffalo Wings. That's like an American deli. I like that. I like the Cheesecake Factory. Their cheesecake 30th anniversary is really good. The shrimp basket that they have is really good. Their cheesecake's really good. I feel like those, I guess, I don't eat out often at those places. I mean, I eat out a lot of Buffalo Wings, but like Cheesecake Factory, I don't go there often. I don't know, there's a lot. I just like food in general. I don't necessarily have a favorite one, Evan, but I just like eating food. I feel like if we're looking at the 10 Commandments still on that discussion, the main one that people struggle with the most, I feel like, I feel like the lying one, because like I said, even a baby lies, but if we're looking outside of lying, I feel like committing adultery. Like, I myself have never committed adultery, alright? Never in my life, will never ever do that. But like, I feel like outside of lying, if we're looking at grown adults, I feel like anytime I'm on social media is not a good standpoint because obviously social media is a small replica, but I feel like America has a lot of divorces. Like, let's see the divorce rate in America with a Google search. And obviously people get divorced for many reasons, but dang, that's high. 4. Okay. So if we're looking at a quick Google search, and obviously Google's not always wrong, but it gives us a rough estimate. They said people who get divorced because of infidelity or affairs is like 20 to 40%. That's a lot. So I feel like if outside, I feel like the first one is definitely lying. People lie, even a baby lies. We tell little white lies just to keep us safe and things like that. So I feel like that is just the most one that people struggle with or people do in America. But outside of that, I feel like maybe adultery is the next common one, because like I said, anytime on social media, somebody's like, they just got cheated on or something happened, whether that's emotional, being cheated on emotionally or not with somebody, that is just like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, that's messed up though. Evan said, sorry if my spelling is messed up. Oh, no, you're good. I can, like, generally try and figure it out a little bit, even if your spelling's a little iffy. But if I'm really confused, I'll let y'all know for sure. Cassie said, I meant, like, okay, they cared about if I would grow into something. Well, I mean, personality was, oh, okay. Cats, you love killing mosquitoes. Man, you said love. That's crazy. They are annoying though. The mosquitoes are annoying. Where am I from? I'm from the United States. From New York, yeah. What are you saying? Cats, you sound a little too happy, Evan said. It's very easy to get honey. The portion that you asked 3 times. T Support said, when you say we all sin, how do you personally deal with guilt or repentance? Is that how you say it? I mean, when I sin, the most I do is tell a lie, and that's honestly to keep myself safe sometimes. But I don't lie to my mom. When I was younger, people would influence me to lie to my mom. I will say I was very malleable, but at my current age, I really don't lie to my mom. I mean, it doesn't really make sense when sometimes I should lie to my mom because I won't get in trouble, but I don't do it. So when I lie to people sometimes, I mean, I don't feel bad. I don't know. Like, I'm lying to strangers, or I'm lying to my siblings sometimes, or people outside of my mom, and I don't feel bad. I don't repent, you say, I guess. So that's it. And there's and then another thing, I'm not gonna tell you which 10th commandment, but like there was one 10th commandment there that when I was reading it, I'm like, okay, so I'm not living up to that 10th commandment, and I feel like for that one 10th commandment that I'm not living up to, I'm not going to tell y'all which one, but there's one of them that I'm not living up to, and it's not necessarily my fault, so there's nothing I could do about me not living up to that 10th commandment. Yeah, so I guess when I lie, breaking that one and kill mosquitoes, I don't feel a certain way. I feel like for killing mosquitoes, I don't want to kill them anymore, because I feel like unaliving something, whether that is a human, is terrible, but like a mosquito, an animal, what places more value? I mean, obviously we know what places are more value on a human life than an animal, but still, I don't want to do that anymore, so I'm going to try not to do that no matter how scared I'll be of them. So I'm going to try not to do that, but like, yeah. So I don't really repent or anything, but some commandments, I guess, you unknowingly break without you honestly knowing it. So for that one that I guess I'm breaking by, which I didn't know I was breaking, it's not really out of my control because it's not my fault. It is my fault, but it's not my fault into why I can't fulfill that 110 commandment. So yeah. So I don't repent or anything. I feel like if we want to believe in religion and we want to say God is forgiving and God is all knowing, I guess God understands this reason as to why you do this. So, how are you going to repent? All you have to do is probably ask for extra forgiveness. I feel like when we watch movies and people are repenting by they're beating themselves sometimes, or they're doing something extra that doesn't make sense. It's like you broke something, so now you're trying to bribe God to forgive you. No. So if we want to believe in religion, we also got to believe that God is going to be forgiving and all-knowing. If you're consciously doing something, then change your behavior for sure. So that way, but like if you're unconsciously doing something, look, you should be good. And obviously people who are extreme religious, I don't want to say fanatics, but people who are extremely religious, they will have a completely different answer for me than me, and that's okay. That's just how they live. That's just how they live within their religion. So yeah, that's my take on that. Evan said, we all get some very pure fruits and vegetables here, but Germany is literally better. Oh wow, nice. Cassie said, I love what apparently Canada medium drinks are smaller than the US. I went to Canada, but I didn't really get soft drinks. So I didn't know. I didn't see that. Yeah, line has to be the most common. I do agree, cats. Line is definitely the most common. Mute break. 1 second. We're back. When I talk too much, my sinuses get stuffy. What are we saying? Evan said, what about having bad intentions or thoughts about human, like judging them poorly? Oh, thou shalt not judge. Yeah, that's another. That I thought that was a 10 commandment, but I didn't see that there. I didn't see that in the 10 commandment. Thou shalt not judge. I thought that was one though. Yeah. So I don't know. But judging people is just not good in general. I mean, like I won't say that because we all judge people. We all judge people, and sometimes that's just like subconsciously you like say something about a person because it's like out of you're not used to seeing that, and that's okay. But like if you're consciously judging somebody, I feel like that's where the problem comes in, and you shouldn't do that in my opinion. But if you like unknowingly do it, it's fine. You unknowingly did it. Jay said, well, in the Bible, thinking about doing something isn't a sin, but doing it is. Yep. Evan said, I usually have very ugly people judge me. I go straight in and just tell them how broke their teeth look. What? I should them up ASAP. Don't throw stones if you live in a glass house, okay? I mean, like, look perfect if you're gonna criticize my hair or face. But I know the Bible said like sin begins from the mind though. And like I said, the Bibles can be interpreted very differently. So like that's why sometimes guys we really can't take a deep dive into the Bible because or not I mean, okay, we can take a deep dive into the Bible. I meant to say that's why sometimes we can't critically look at religion. All right? Because I've low-key done it in the past and it was bad. So when I say that, I feel like when you critically look at religion from like whether that's a gender standpoint or a standpoint to say make this make sense, that's when you get into the area of saying, do I actually believe in this? And you don't want to do that because I believe in a higher power than myself. I really do. I know I'm talking, I'm breathing because of a higher power than myself. I know that I have the motivation and I know I have succeeded. I've succeeded in the past and I will succeed in the future because of hard work, but also because of this spirit or whatever you want to call it because of that thing. But sometimes if you critically question religion, you can understand why some people don't believe. That's what I will say if you critically question it. So don't critically question religion and ask too much questions. Sometimes I always say, yes, I believe in religion, but ultimately it was created by the Roman Empire, the Bible and everything. It honestly, 9 times out of 10, sometimes when you look at it, it was created by the Roman Empire as a power move. That's when it became a thing. But I do believe in the religion of it. But like, you got to understand, Roman Empire, they bought it in to control the people of that era, all right? So you can understand why some people don't believe, but I believe, but don't critically question religion, all right? Let's not do that because that's where it gets scary and that's where your mind wanders and you don't want your mind to wander sometimes. Evan said, Cassie, I would just repent repent to God and in Islam. Because, and another thing too, what about the holy wars? Thou shalt not kill, and they had the holy wars overspread in the Bible and your religion? Make that make sense. So once again, it's contradicting. So there's a lot of examples that contradict, and how holy figures contradict themselves when saying, we got the 10 Commandments, but they had the holy wars, and they have all these religious people doing all these horrendous things because of, in the name, that makes sense. How are you going to do this in the name of your religion? But yet your religion tells you not to do this one thing. What? That doesn't make any sense. So it's a lot of different things. So that's why I say, and I say that to say, the 10 Commandments, don't stress over it. I just brought that up because I thought it was really funny, because sometimes in my head I'm like, this person is so God abiding and so religious focused, but like you can kill something as small as a fly. You're breaking the 10 Commandments. So I say that to say, and I use that example, the holy wars and people going and killing and unaliving people in the holy wars to spread their religion. I say that to say, don't feel bad if you're breaking the 10 Commandments. Obviously, like, if you break the one where you're doing that, feel bad. Don't do that. That's never justified. However, if you're lying, or like if you're killing a fly or something else, or if you're not honoring the Sabbath, repent by praying and asking for forgiveness. But like, don't repent in drastic ways, because if you look at history, it's contradicting. It really is. So yeah. Heaven said, if you keep, I have to charge my phone. 1 second, let me get my charger. Alrighty, let's wait till the phone goes down a little more and we plug it in. I don't know much about either religion, but I'm open to learn. All right. Well, definitely like the video and subscribe, Cassie, because one day, I don't know when one day I'm going to do it, but I do want to take a deep dive into the different religious texts. Like, I want to fully read the Bible. I want to read, like, the Quran. I want to read the Torah. I just want to read all of them, mostly because I find it to be all interconnected when people inside often try to, like, say they're completely different on opposite ends of the spectrum. I took a religious class and I read the first chapter for each, and they were definitely connected. So when I start doing that, I'll create a new series on my channel where I take a in-depth dive onto the different religious texts. I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but like, I know I'll do it in the future. So make sure to like the video, Cassie, subscribe, put your post notifications turned on, so when Uniquely Mia starts that type of content, you won't miss it. Hey, Fitzroy. How are you doing today, Fitzroy? Glad you could be here. I'm doing good. Oh, lovely sunshine in Grenada. Very nice. Hopefully you go to the beach. Have a great day as well. Heaven said, ideally prevent sin by doing a check-in, which is a mental health check to see how you feel about yourself. 5 daily prayers. Well, release anxiety and allow you to speak to God. That's a lot of prayers. Okay. Do you support said, do you believe someone can be a good person even if they break the commandments? No, yeah, for sure. I think somebody could be a good person even if they break the commandments. It depends on the type of commandment they broke. Like if somebody and like they say they did it in the self-defense of somebody else, okay, you're a good person. But if somebody and they did that just because they wanted to, I don't think you're a good person. There was a reason why you did that, even if like you think there's a valid reason why you did that and you just did it for your enjoyment or just because of you didn't have proper emotional intelligence. That's not a valid reason, so you're not a good person in my book for that. So yes, I do study criminal justice. I do advocate for the rehabilitation of offenders, however, and more services for them. However, I am an advocate for imprisonment if you deserve to be there. So yeah, but like, it really depends on the type of commandment. Let's say somebody lies. Why did you lie? Are you like a pathological liar? They say a consistent liar who just lies for the enjoyment of it. No reason times. You're not a good person. What do you mean you're lying just to be lying for the most basic things? But like, if you lie and like you're doing it for a valid reason to protect somebody for your own safety, or sometimes you gotta lie to protect people. Sometimes I think, whether that's from emotional hurt or physical hurt, you gotta lie to protect people sometimes. So I guess you are a good person in that context. Somebody shouldn't commit adultery. I'm a strong believer nobody should. I'm a strong believer that I don't know. How do I phrase it? I'm a strong believer that One of the Ten Commandments said that you shall not commit adultery. If you commit adultery, you can still be a good person, but I'm a strong believer there's no reason why you should commit adultery. There's always another choice. Just break up with that person. Break up with that person. Make sure that that person understands that the relationship is over, and don't commit in that way. You won't be committing adultery. You're really telling me people who commit adultery, they couldn't wait to enter said relationship until they were no longer in another relationship? Like, I don't understand that doesn't make sense to me. It's not like you're gonna die if you don't get into a relationship with somebody. So when you get into contact with somebody, a good person, if they commit adultery, somebody can be a good person to you, but they can do bad things. That's how I see it, right? So if I know somebody who committed adultery and they're good to me, they're a good person to me. They're a good person to me. However, you can be a bad person because you did this sometimes. So it just really, really depends, I think. And then same thing if you shouldn't make idols. We made idols for God. What is the cross? What is the paintings? We have idols. So humans, the church, they broke the 10 Commandments by making idols, by making paintings. We have that. I consider myself to be a good person though. So you shall not steal. Why are you stealing? Maybe you're really hungry. If you steal because you're really hungry, I think you're still a good person. You're starving. You're stealing to survive. If you're stealing for enjoyment, that's different. It's like Robin Hood. The ethical question, was Robin Hood good? He stole from the rich to give to the poor when he was a lord himself. You could have just stayed home in Notting Hill, Robin Hood, and like give your wage, give your salary to the people. But he didn't want to do that. Robin Hood wanted to run around in the forest and live off the land. He was a lord himself. Like, what? He was already rich. Robin Hood was a Nepo baby who was like, I want to pretend that I'm not a Nepo baby. Really, dude? Like, that's what Robin Hood was. So yeah, there's a lot of different avenues you could look at things. I think D support with that. Yeah. Because remember, even the worst person in the entire world, they have somebody, I think, who that person thinks the best of them. Like, look at the guy who's down below. I'm not gonna, you know who I'm talking about, like God's brightest angel who fell from heaven, as the Bible says. I'm sure there is at least one person who thinks who thinks he is the brightest star ever. Because I feel like I'm a strong believer. It's all about perception. So even the worst person in the world has somebody who's going to be in their corner and who's going to be like, you are the best person, you are not evil, you are not bad, I think. So yeah, it just depends on the person, and I think all that relates to the core foundations of Uniquely Mia channel. To be authentically yourself, as long as you're not breaking the law, all right? And you're not hurting anybody. Be authentically you, and you can't really care what every single person in the entire world says about you, all right? You can't do that, guys, okay? Because I'm Uniquely Mia. On this channel, you are welcome for your positivity and uniqueness. In this whole discussion, this whole live stream, I'm just sharing my opinions with you guys. You may not disagree. You may not agree with me. That is okay. I'm glad that you don't agree with me. If you agree with me, I'm glad that you agree with me. But more of the stories, you guys can still be on the channel. You can still like the video. You can still subscribe. You can support it and enjoy the content that I produce on my channel. Why? Because we are all different people. We all have lived experiences, and you need to disagree, and you need to have these discussions so that advancements and just like people, so that new knowledge can be produced and exist in society. So yeah, that's how I see it. So let me plug in my phone so it could charge. Is the external charger need to charge? Is it plugged in? 1 second, guys. I don't think this charger is working. It better not be the cord, because this is my cord that I have in my room. It's dying. I have a white one too, but that white one I was just plugging in my phone and it wasn't working. Okay, that's charging. So let me read your comments. I know I'm a little behind. I'm gonna try to read as fast as possible to get caught up for y'all. One thing I'm fairly confident about, I don't think Uniquely Mia will ever get an invite to speak at a church. They will not like me speaking at the church at all unless I create my own church. I don't think a church would ever invite me to speak at a church. I think I look at things too critical for them. So, they would not like what I'm saying. I would make their congregation think too much, I think, which they probably won't want them to do. Hey Fitzroy, how are you doing? Evan said Islamic prayer was originally 50 times a day. Wow, this is more metaphorical, okay, to empathize, okay, the importance of prayer and God. Wow, okay. I managed to stop the sin by this technique. I try my best to not engage in conflict as it's easy to sin. If I am out, I keep conversation short and sweet. All right, good, good. Hey, how are you doing, Rashi? Glad you could be here. D Support said, do you believe God forgives repeated sins, or is there a limit? Does God forgive repeated sins? I think God forgives repeated sins if you don't know you're sinning. Because some people unconsciously sin. Because some people may not be religious, right? They may have grown up in a household where they're not religious. So they're lying all the time. And they're committing, I guess, adultery all the time. They're not honoring the Sabbath all the time. They're not honoring their parents all the time. But they could be doing this, but they don't know it's a sin. I think God doesn't forgive repeated sins if you're consciously doing those repeated sins. So let's say you're sinning, right? And you know this is a sin, but you still choose to do that sin. What are you doing? You're laughing in God's face. You're sinning, and then you are going to ask him for your forgiveness? What? It's like God, if you think about it, it's like a parent. A parent is telling their kid not to do this. The kid does the act in the parent's face. And then as soon as the act is done, after the kid does what the parent doesn't want them to do in their face, the kid is asking the parent for forgiveness. That's what it's like with God. So I think there's a limit on the amount of sins that God forgives if it's repeated sins that if you have conscious knowledge that you are sinning. So that's how I see it. Thank you, Rashid. You look amazing as well. Thank you so much for your kind words. Evan said, "D support Islam has a definitive answer on this, and it is if you keep sinning, there comes a time that it may become a major sin, and you may not be forgiving as you're being reckless." Oh, wow. Okay, support. Actually see that the core of our faith is to believe that he will forgive us no matter how much we struggle to overcome our sin. Heaven said, but there is a concept. Accepts only of those who commit evil. Okay, Evan, they're so true. His mercy is bigger than our struggles. Thank you for reminding us of that. DH Support said, do you believe emotional cheating is just as serious as physical adultery in God's eyes? Yeah, I think so. Because I feel like, what is emotional cheating? Like, relying on getting emotional support from somebody else who, in the same context as you would the person you married. I do think it is. I do think it's as serious as physical cheating for sure, or physical adultery, you can say. I do think it's as serious, but like you said, I mean, if you repent, or if you know the reason why you did this, and God knows the reason why you did this, I guess you should be okay for sure. Or why you did that, you should be okay for sure. But yeah, I do think it's bad. Evan said, in Islam, the punishment for adultery is, isn't it? Don't they throw stones at the adulterer in the Bible? That's what I'm saying. The Bible is so gory too. Like, some of the stories, it's really gory. What do you mean? Like, what do you mean you annihilating a whole empire of people, and you getting rid of the animals, the kids, the wives, everybody? Like, it's so gory sometimes. So that's what I'm saying, guys. When I say this, this is just my opinions. I think you can't take it too literal. I really think you can't take it too literal. And that's somebody who believes in a religion, and this is just my opinion. Believe in that higher power, but you don't need to believe every single story, all right? You don't need to take every little thing that's written as 100% fact, because there's a lot of bad things in the Bible that God condones. There really is a lot of bad things that is condoned in the Bible that God told people to do. So believe in that religion for sure, but like if you committed a sin, if you did this, if you committed a sin and you're concerned about your, I guess, your future, your eternal spirit or whatever, you'll be okay. All right, just ask for forgiveness. You'll be okay, because if families, if whole empires and bloodlines could have been annihilated in the Word of God, if you broke one commandment or 2 commandments or all 10 commandments, at least you didn't annihilate a whole line of people. You'll be okay. Okay, evident decent after conversation. Love to see it. This has been a powerful conversation. Maybe we could also talk about how to build healthy relationships moving forward. Yeah, for sure. And to build healthy relationships moving forward with God, with just my opinion, it all relates back to prayer, honestly. I feel like my mom would say the same thing. It all relates back to prayer and asking God for what you want and asking God for forgiveness. So if you sinned, ask God for this forgiveness that you want and don't do the same sin again. Because if you ask God for forgiveness on a sin, don't go back and do the same sin. And then if you're somebody who wants to read the Bible a little more, do that. If you're somebody who wants to start going to church a little more, do that. So yeah, you just build healthy relationships. Just the same way you try to build healthy relationships with people who you see and who sees you back, you gotta do that with God too, I feel like. So yeah, like main thing to remember is like you're humans, and in the Bible it says God gave humans free choice to do what they want to do. So you got to do what you want to do, and you got to see what makes you happy. Do you want a healthy relationship with the higher power? If so, take strides to do that. If you don't want the healthy relationship with a higher power, do that. You don't got to do that. I just mean, like, always be looking over your shoulder, I guess. So you do you. What are we saying? 4 wives. Wow, they treat each other equally. First wife. You know too, Evan, what I recently saw too, because I'm reading this, what you said. Evan said also Muslim men can only have 4 wives if they treat each other equally. And the first wife agrees. There are also a lot of lies around this because men want to exploit women and refuse God. You know what I'm thinking about? Yesterday I saw a movie. I saw The Nun. It's a scary movie. The new Conjuring is coming out. Conjuring: The Last Rite is coming out. I'm gonna see that movie when it comes out. So the new Conjuring movie's coming out, right? So I'm rewatching the Nun universe. The Conjuring universe, so I'm up to date. So I saw The Nun yesterday. I saw The Nun 1 and I saw The Nun 2 yesterday, right? And then I know we were talking about and you know how they have some of those religions who marry a whole bunch. Well, like you said, Evan, in Islam, men can have 4 wives, and in America they have like this one religion because this one cultish type religion who have a whole bunch of wives because they said God does that. You know what I saw? I was watching The Nun, and obviously it's a scary movie, so it's probably not true, but I'm just throwing it out there. It was so funny when I saw it. Like, somebody was baptized, anointed, and they officially became a nun. And you know what the priest told the nun in the scary movie? Because, like, in the scary movie, to defeat the demon, they had, like, a relic of Jesus's blood. And the priest gave the nun Jesus' blood, and the priest was like, only a wife of God can hold his blood. So in that movie, are you telling me that nuns are supposed to be Jesus's wives? So Jesus has millions of wives is what you're telling me? So I saw that. I'm like, oh, okay, so Jesus is one of those people who have a whole bunch of wives. That's what I saw. That's what I thought about. So you see how that can be interpreted differently for other people. So that's why I'm saying that's the awesome thing about religion. That's why religion is so great. So wonderful, so great, but that's also why we can't bash people for the way they live their lives and the religion they believe in sometimes, because that one, I forgot the name of the people, but I think it's like in Minnesota or somewhere, they have this religious group of people who marry multiple wives because they're saying they do that because God says they can do that. I never understood that until I saw the nun yesterday, and that priest was like, only a wife of God can hold his blood. And there's like millions of nuns. So you're telling me all those millions of nuns are God wives? So that means God believes in polygamy, you're saying? Is that what you're saying? And then Evan said in Muslim culture, men can have like up to 4 wives as long as you treat them equally. And the religions are related somehow. So you see how religion can be interpreted very differently based on the way, the life you want to live. You see how people can interpret it differently, right? So get you thinking. Remember, let's not look too critically in it. Let's not look critically in it. Let's see. He has to give each wife a gift. My mom said she needs somebody like that, Evan. Yeah. Evan said men must be kind and soft to his wife and not abuse her. Always be soft and advise that if she nags him, he's not he should not remain patient. That is Islam, not what social media teaches us. Cats, I'm not sure, you're just yapping here. Yeah, you guys had a lot of good questions and a lot of insights. So I really did enjoy that conversation. It was a good conversation just to look at it from a different point of view and a deep dive into the 10 Commandments and to answer some of y'all questions. It seems like some people were concerned about the 10 Commandments and then breaking it. So hopefully I didn't scare y'all a little too much, all right? I really hope it wasn't a discussion to scare y'all. Just know, guys, if Uniquely Me has scared you a little bit with that religion, making you think twice about the way you've lived your lives or some things that have happened for y'all, all you got to do is pray. Just pray, ask for forgiveness, and just to clear up my stance, I do believe in God. I do believe in a higher power, all right? Even though in my discussion it may have sounded like I probably didn't, I promise you I do. And even if you don't believe me, okay, don't believe me. God believes me. And you know what? You know why I'm comfortable to speak about, you know why I'm comfortable to speak the way I speak? Even though some people may interpret it to say you don't believe in God. You know why I'm comfortable to speak like that? You know why? You want to know why? Because I have to believe that God loves me for being uniquely me. And they allowed me to exist and be a person who's going to learn about all these topics or go through the education process and allow me to critically think about different things, to just interpret it different ways. So yeah, that's how I see it. There's no harm in interpreting different ways. And you know what? I feel like what I'm doing, and I'm proud of myself for doing it, because not a lot of people could do that. Not a lot of people could engage in the discussion that I just had and come to the conclusion to say this is why all these religions have the belief system that they do. Because that's me still having that open mind and saying you live your life the way you want to live it, as long as you're not harming nobody and you're not going to subject and force your beliefs onto somebody else. And I'll have my beliefs, you have your beliefs, but ultimately we understand. You have to critically, like if you take a deep dive sometimes, you'll understand how this religion came to their own point of view or their own scenario, because it's the same God they believe in, but yet they live a different type of life. And you can understand why if you take a deep dive into every little sect or aspect in it. And then again, once again, to relate it back to the patriarchal, it's only men who could do that, right? What about the females? In all those religions, females are still below the males, right? So I wrote a whole essay about it. I literally wrote an essay in undergrad when I took a introduction to religion class on how religion is patriarchal. I wrote an essay about that. I wish I could find that essay right now. Let me see if I can find it. But I wrote an essay about that. And the gist of the essay focused on nuns in the church and like the stereotypes, or like the way that nuns in the church are treated, and how some nuns can't have children. However, male priests can still have kids. Like, yeah, a whole bunch of double standards. And that double standard is going to exist because, once again, males have predominantly led the church. So yeah, it all relates back to society. It literally all relates back to society. But that was a very long conversation about all that. So if anybody has any other, I'm thinking about a question to start a new conversation. Does anyone have any other topics of discussion we can possibly speak about? Would love to start a discussion with y'all. I'm trying to find that essay. I don't think I'll find it. It was a while ago I wrote it, and I deleted a lot of stuff from my laptop since then, guys. Maybe I'll find it later. I can't find it now. But what are we saying? Your meal was good. Evan said, we don't believe that Jesus is God. We believe he is a prophet. But who do you call Allah then, Evan? Who's Allah for you? We don't believe. We believe he's a prophet, but usually prophets can have multiple wives because they are special. And did you know all prophets are from one bloodline, share the same DNA? Okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know in your religion you believe that they all share the same DNA. So they're special because they're males and God speaks to them. It's kind of patriarchal. But who's Allah in your religion then, Evan? Hey, Russell. How are you doing today? Welcome. How are you doing today? Glad you could be here. In this discussion, we took not an in-depth dive into a religious discussion, but a little bit. Prior to that, we were speaking about... We spoke about a lot. I forgot what we were speaking about prior to that. But how's your day going, Russell? Any plans for the weekend? What do you plan on doing? Shout out to everyone who's been on the stream. Evan, D Support, Russell, Catch, Drake. Really appreciate your continued support. Happy King, Cassie. What are we saying? Evan said in Islam, a man can marry before wives. Yeah, I read that already. Who's Allah in your religion, though, Evan? If you don't believe in God. Russell said, I'm doing good. Glad you're doing good, Russell. What are you doing today? Any plans? Are you going outside, or was it a pretty chill day today for you? Hey, Batty, how are you doing today? How are you doing today, Batty? Glad you could be here. You have a great name. Glad you're doing good. I'm doing pretty good today too. Woke up, did some stuff on my computer, attended a writing center appointment, and then I'm streaming for y'all. So it was a pretty good day. No complaints. I mean, I didn't go outside today, but people on the stream have said it was really hot where they were. So that leads me to believe it was really hot where I'm at too. So a good day. Tomorrow's a holiday at my school, but we're not doing anything holiday wise at all. I'm just gonna do a half days of worth of schoolwork and then do some studying. Wow, it's hot. Wow, what where are you tuning in from, Batty? Where are you tuning in from today? Okay, Russell, you're washing some clothes. Okay, so Sunday reset. Yeah, I did my laundry as well today. I washed some clothes today. Cleaned up my bathroom, vacuumed my floors. I also did some cleaning. But welcome to the live stream, everyone. I'm Uniquely Mia, also known as Mia, and you are welcome for your positivity and uniqueness. All opinion, people, and ideas are welcome as long as we communicate to each other in a kind and respectful way. So do consider liking the video, subscribing, and let me know, how's your day going, everyone? What'd you do today? Oh, you're in California? Okay, yeah, California would be hot, I would imagine. Evan said, Mia equally means give each one the same gift if you sleep, okay? All right. Thanks for that, Evan. Russell said Independence Day. TNT, is that Trinidad and Tobago, Russell? TNT, it's Independence Day? Okay. So I guess it's a holiday for you in your country. It is a holiday in America tomorrow. It's Labor Day. Batty said, Evan, just argue. just to argue. Don't worry, Batty. I do appreciate your comments. You are more than welcome to leave your comments. Always enjoy when you leave comments and are on the stream. Same for you, Russell. DH Support asks, in your opinion, what's the biggest reason relationships don't last these days? I really don't know, guys, because I don't know literally much people in relationships who my mom and Stu, and then who my sister and her boyfriend. I don't really know him, so I don't know what their dynamic is. I don't really know the internal workings of my mom's and Stu's relationship dynamic, and I don't really know anybody with failed. That's a lie. I don't really know much people with failed relationships, you could say. That's funny. I'm not the best person to answer this, so my answer is literally just gonna be on my opinion. But what do you guys want to say? Do you want to answer DH support question? What's the biggest reason you think for that relationships don't last these days? If I were to just say one answer, that's just throwing it out there, is probably respect. Maybe people don't feel respected enough. That could probably be the biggest reason, but once again, I don't know. So if anyone knows the answer to DH support question, feel free to ask. But maybe respect. If somebody doesn't feel respected, then don't be there. One instance of disrespect, you should get out there, because the red flags aren't going to get better, guys. Really, it's not going to get better. Evan said, D support, men have a wandering eye in my culture. Russell said, bye, Russell. It was a pleasure having you on the live stream. Hopefully I see you in the next live stream, Russell, or the comment section of my full instructional YouTube video or YouTube shorts. Have a great day. Batty said, I would love being rich. Don't say would. Say you would love to be rich one day, all right? Put it out there for sure. No, for sure. Whoever said money didn't buy happiness, guys, I really don't understand why they came up with that statement. I literally feel like that person literally was not wealthy, so they just came up with that to make themselves feel better. Because, man, being wealthy, or not even wealthy, not even rich, all right? I don't even need to be rich. Just having, how much money I make now? Okay, I'm gonna do the math. How much? Okay, I don't make that much, but like, that's not enough for me. That's still not enough for me. Dang. Oh, yeah, that's good. Okay. What's realistic? We gotta do realistically. Oh, snap, bro. That's a lot. Sorry. No, I'm doing in the future how much I would need to say make me really happy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. That's a lot of zeros. All right. So, with the amount of money that I make currently, right, monthly, if I can times that by, I can't type, like 100,000, I feel like I'll be happy. All right, I think it's 100,000 or a million. I don't know. What's this number? Sometimes I look at numbers and I'm like, what in the world? Just the high 6 figures, 8 figures, right? Yeah. All right. So, like, you don't even need to be wealthy or rich. All right. So, money doesn't buy happiness. But when uniquely Mia is like making 7, 8 figures, that'll be happy. All right. And that's like a reach. But with hard work, I can definitely get there. Okay. So, being ultra wealthy, that's great. You could build generational wealth for your future ancestors for sure. But like, I'm not concerned about the future people. I'm concerned about me. Anytime I do something, sometimes my mom is like, think about your future ancestors. I'm like, who knows if they'll even be future ancestors? But like, I'm like, how are you concerned about people who don't even exist yet? I mean, obviously be concerned about people who don't exist, but like, it's like my mom. She's like, sometimes she doesn't do nothing. Do this because she's saving it for future people. I'm like, what in the world, lady? What? It's crazy. It's like you see the memes sometimes on social media, and to respond to baddies to comment, this is all response to baddie saying, I would love being rich. So would I, baddie, but I feel like take the more realistic approach. I feel like I always have a lot of people in my life who's saying they'll do this when they become a millionaire, or they'll do this when they win the lottery. Is that feasible? No. Winning the lottery is literally, I bought like 7 tickets yesterday. Did I win? No, I didn't. All right, I bought like 7 tickets, I did not win. So winning the lottery is literally a stretch. So like, what you're telling me is if you're waiting to do this until you win the lottery, even though you have the means to do it now, that means you're never doing it. So when I say, yes, I would love to be rich, but for Uniquely Mia, I don't need to be rich. I just need to have a lot more money than I do now, and I'll be really happy. So be realistic with your goals, guys, and stretch and manifest with what you want, okay? As I always say, don't be that person who, delayed gratification is great, but do not be that person who's like, yo, wait until you're this age to do this. Until you're old, and perhaps if you haven't lived a healthy lifestyle until you're old and you can't, like, don't have the strength to go on this adventure or to do this, that's when you're gonna wait. And then some people are probably watching and saying, you have a very young mindset. Wait until you get into the real world. I am in the real world. How is my mindset going to change once I quote unquote get a real job? It's not going to change. If anything, my mindset should be more broadened. It should open a lot more. So take that, interpret that however you want it to interpret it, guys. I say that to say, manifest for what you want in life, all right? Work hard, yes. Save your money, yes. But also manifest and have realistic goals, because 9 times out of 10, sometimes you don't need to be rich to do awesome things or to do the things that you want to do now. Yes, it'll take you a longer time to do that. However, you don't need to be wealthy to do it. So, yeah. Always like to play a life lesson or just like a motivational message in there for y'all. Evan said, I don't believe Islam is patriarchal, but men will change their gender. Let's discuss your daily routine, but can you create a short of you from... Yeah, what I could do, Evan, I can, when I do AM to PM shorts, it's mostly the one with the music. I can film a full nutritional YouTube video, Day of My Life as a Graduate Student. So I can do that if you guys want one day. So I'll do that, film like a full nutritional YouTube video, Day of My Life as a grad student. But for like the YouTube shorts, AM to PM, I will more so do like the music ones where I show you guys the time. But I guess you want one where I'm talking as well. Excuse me. So I'll do that. Alright, it's written down. Alright, so Allah is God's name. Alright, I just need some clarification because you said Islam doesn't believe in God. So I just want you to clarify on that, Evan. So thank you. Welcome back, Eric. Eric said, thanks for allowing me to express my attraction to your fingers. You're most welcome, Eric. You're most welcome. But did you eat your lunch, Eric? I know you said you were gonna, what was it, grilled chicken and potatoes? What type of potatoes did you have? Did you have like mashed potatoes, grilled potatoes, roast potatoes, fried potatoes? How'd you eat your potatoes? Hey, Jay, welcome back. Welcome back. How are you doing, Jay? Evan said Allah is the Arabic word for God and refers to one unique and supreme being in Islam, believed to be created. Okay. All right. So Allah is the equivalent to God in Christianity. All right. Thank you for the clarification, Evan. Really appreciate it. So guys, while we're waiting to see what Eric ate, I know Evan, you said you had tuna. You said it was okay. What did everyone else eat? Would love to know. Jay, what you plan on eating? Evan said, read that. Eric said that they were gonna eat grilled chicken, potatoes earlier. Cats, I don't know if you're still on, but if you're still on, or if you have to hop off watching the recording, let me know what y'all eat. For everyone on the live stream, welcome. Uniquely Mia here. Shout out to all the returning supporters who have been in and out of the live stream. I really appreciate your continued support. If you're a new viewer here, consider liking the video, subscribing. Let me know, guys. How's your day going? Do you have any plans for the day? Is it a chill day for y'all? A busy day? Would love to know. My day was pretty good. Honestly, pretty chill. I've been working on my personal statements. I feel really proud of them, but I just hope the personal statements are good enough to supplement my other application material, because literally everyone who I've taken them to, the writing center wise, they're like, this is such a good personal statement. They're like, I literally have almost no feedback for you. They're like, it's so good. I can really see like your passion for this. You're communicating very effectively. But it's just one part of your application material, the personal statement. So I need this to supplement. I need this to be really strong to hopefully supplement my other application materials that I'll be submitting. So yeah, that's what we're mostly working on: personal statements, studying, and then obviously schoolwork, reading ahead, things like that. So guys, it's gotten pretty quiet. Does anyone have any questions for me? Start a discussion. Hopefully I didn't scare y'all away. But you know what? If I did, don't worry. You are still more than welcome on the channel. Just remember, on Uniquely Mia's channel, anytime you tune on, anytime if you become a supporter of Uniquely Mia's channel, by default, you become a supporter of, hopefully, being open to hearing different discussions and different beliefs that you may not have heard in your own life, because I'm a strong believer for change to occur and for people to further their knowledge, you need to have quote-unquote difficult conversations, all right? That wasn't a difficult conversation for me at all. All the topics of discussion we had in the live stream was not difficult at all, but I know for some people it may have been difficult. So just know you are still more than welcome, and if you still want to be part of that community where we're learning from each other and we're advocating for change and just knowledge and critical thinking skills, people need critical thinking skills, this is the place for y'all. So I saw some questions. D Support said, why do you think men and women misunderstand each other so much? I feel like men and women misunderstand each other so much. One, because they're not effective communicators. People don't know how to communicate effectively. I'm a strong believer of that. People in society, they really don't know how to communicate effectively to each other. Like, they really don't know how to communicate effectively to each other. If they have, like, a main example that is a root of conflict for people in relationships sometimes is, like, people sometimes get upset, and when you're upset, you're not communicating why you're upset. What am I supposed to do, read your mind? So you have to communicate with people. You got to communicate about your feelings. You got to communicate what you like, what you don't like. And you have to also be very careful of the tone in which you speak to people with. I feel like that is definitely important, and that can often lead to a lot of misunderstandings between men and female. And most importantly, men, they don't know what it's like to be a female, and females, they don't know what it's like to be a male. So yeah, I think that definitely contributes to men and women misunderstanding each other so much. And then once again, emotional intelligence is very important. Emotional intelligence is very, very important, and that's just being able to regulate your emotions and have emotional intelligence, as the name suggests. And then another thing too is, like, I feel like people, Karen is good. Karen is really good, and I feel like shout out to my mom, because my mom had to teach me this. She really did have to teach me it at a certain age, but I feel like people care too much. And obviously when you're in a relationship, you do have to care about what the other person thinks about you, but like, you, and man and female, you do have to care about what people think about you. But like, I feel like when people care about what people think about them too much and they take stuff too literal, sometimes misunderstandings can result in a lot. So for me, yeah, that's what I see it. D Support said, what are some green flags people should actually look for in a partner, not red flags? As I said, I feel like it's not even a partner, just like if you're a friend. Well, in a partner, your friend, your parents, you really have no control of your parents' behavior. You get the parents that you get. You can try to educate your parents. Sometimes they listen, sometimes they won't. But anybody in your life, whether that's your partner, your friend, people who you choose, all right? You don't choose your parents, but you can choose other people who you surround yourself with, I guess. So I guess green flags to look for in all people: are you effective communicators? You need to be a person who communicates effectively, as I said. Those are green flags. You need to have emotional intelligence. That's very important. Emotional intelligence. Somebody need to have a stable job or goals in life. I feel like that's important. You need to have a stable, like, goals. Like, yeah, it's much more easier to list red flags for me, honestly. But like, that, I feel like anytime you have a friend, you have somebody in your life, that's what you need, to be honest. Hey Eric, I know that wasn't a full comprehensive answer for you, D Support, but hopefully it was good enough. Eric said, may I please imagine being, can I please imagine holding your hand? Yeah, for sure, Eric. You can imagine that you're holding my hand. You need to see my hand to imagine, or what? But you can definitely do that for sure. Evan said, Mia, are you going to get your hair redone? Yeah, when I go home, Evan, for sure, for sure. So for the next few months, we'll have this hairstyle, but I don't do my hair at school. They don't do a good job, and like they charge a whole bunch. So when I go home, I'll get my hair done again. If anything, if it start looking too bad to me, I'll just loose it out and probably force myself to manage it. I'm saying that, I don't think I'm doing that, but yeah, it still look okay. I could always wear a hat or something. What are we saying? Do you think abortion is okay? That's a very controversial topic in society. What I will say on that, people should have the choice to do what they want to do. That's my opinion on that. Yeah. Interpret that how you will. D Support said, what's one habit that really changed your life or mindset lately? One habit that changed my life or mindset? I don't know. One habit that changed your life or mindset lately? I don't know. I want to say it's something new. I feel like since I've been on YouTube, I've always said it, but like prior to me being on YouTube, I never really believed in that. I guess when you're by yourself a lot sometimes, and obviously you're saying, and the same question for the supporters too. Let me know the same, let me know that as well, what your opinions on that too. But I mean, I was just home for summer break, so I wasn't by myself a lot, but like, I mean, like when I first started making YouTube channels, like posting and streaming, like that, I was in my room a lot by myself. So I think one thing that, yes, that has been a recent development in Unique Lamia mindset, you can say recently, or my mindset lately. And I say it all the time, but can't take stuff too serious. You really can't take stuff too serious. Like, yes, I have goals I want to achieve. Yes, I really do hope that I'm able to achieve these goals when I want to achieve them. And yes, I really hope that I want to do this. But sometimes I just can't take stuff too seriously, because literally anytime I'm on social media, and it's a post that I interact with, but literally, as I said, in 100 years, we won't be here anymore. In 100 years, nobody will know who Unique Lamia is unless YouTube still exists or I'm in some archival data. What history is going to remember, history is going to remember the people who did either really terrible things or who made really, really, really monumental advancements for society. So when we have the idea that in 100 years, people are not even going to know who we are, we're worrying so much, we're stressing over so many things. For what? Obviously to achieve our goals, that's for what. But like, for what? They're not people. Nobody's gonna know who we are in 100 years. We won't even be here in 100 years. So that's why I say. So I say it all the time. Like, obviously, yes, I work hard. Yes, I do try to achieve some goals that I want to achieve. But like, ultimately, if I'm unable to achieve those goals when I want to achieve it or something like that, I'm trying not to take it that serious, because once again, there's always going to be another option or pathway for me. Yes, you got to work hard because you don't want to be homeless. I don't want to be homeless. Yes, I do want to travel the world and do a lot of awesome stuff, so I need money to do that. However, ultimately, don't take everything too serious, because in 100 years, you're not going to be here and nobody's going to remember you. Literally. Nobody's going to know who we are. So who knows if planet Earth will be here in 100 years. So I feel like that's something that I guess changed my life really recently. So that motivates me too to say, yeah, like I always say, one day if you see Unique Lamia solo traveling the world by herself, spending out her life savings, you can say, by solo traveling, it shouldn't be something that dropped out of nowhere. Just know in that moment of time, perhaps Unique Lamia didn't achieve a goal in the order in which she wanted to achieve it, or she just got really fed up with society and she used the money that she saved up to travel the world. So yeah, that's how I think about it. That's how I think about it. I will do that one day. I probably won't use up my life savings. I hope it never comes to that point. But I'm always talking about it. I'm fairly confident. I watch too many travel videos with people doing it for me not to literally travel the world straight for like 6 months or a year. I'm doing that one day in the future. Maybe not the foreseeable future, but I'm doing that one day because I watch too many videos. There's too many places I want to go for me not to do that one day. What are you saying? Evan said, Mia tried ChatGPT Winter and Claude. Oh, I don't, no, I don't use, AI. I do not use that, Evan. I do not want to start using that. I've never used that in my life. I've written articles about AI and harmful benefits, or not even benefits, the harmful impacts of it, not only for the environment, but for students' learning process and retaining information. So yeah, AI is something that I've never used. I have no desire to use it. But thanks for the advice, Evan. Evan said, Mia is so scary what you said about key communication. I feel all the men I met don't speak well enough. I'd never want kids with them. And you don't have to have kids with them, to be honest, too. If you want a kid, guys, and you can't find, quote unquote, a significant other to have a kid with, you could go to the doctor. You can have a kid by yourself. So if you want to continue your bloodline and you don't think somebody's worth your standard to have a kid with, you don't need somebody to have a kid. Like, they have medical facilities for that based on movies. So yeah. D Support said, do you think social media helps or hurts modern relationships? Great question. Great question. I'm biased towards social media, because without social media, I wouldn't have my supporters on YouTube. So shout out to YouTube, shout out to social media for that. Because without social media, I would not have you guys as my supporters. You wouldn't know who Uniquely Mia is. I wouldn't know who you guys are. So shout out to each and every one of my supporters, sending each and every one of y'all hearts. But outside of social media, and social media being a platform for me to stream and connect with you guys, I think it's very harmful for people. Outside of YouTube, I don't like social media outside of YouTube, because I say that to say, because people, they can't, and that lack of effective communication is because of the reliance on social media, I feel like. Because when people text, sometimes I would see people text, I'm like, what in the world are you talking about? There's a whole bunch of not even proper grammar they're texting with. Not you guys, but like on social media sometimes, like, what are you saying? They make a whole bunch of social media words that doesn't make any sense to me. It's because of social media. I was literally on the bus yesterday, and literally my mom was on the phone with me. She's like, look at everybody on their phone. I'm like, yeah, they're probably on TikTok or something. She's like, yeah, that's social media. So social media is very harmful for modern human relationships, because it's making people not effective communicators. Like, look at my nephew, or my nephew's a little better, but look at G on social media. G has like a PS5 social media, Roblox. Once he gets that, once he's in his game, like once his dad gives him access to the television, or once his dad gives him his phone for Roblox, you cannot get that kid off that phone for nothing. We'll take him outside. We'll go like to Manhattan or something when I'm home with G. He needs the phone. Why aren't you paying attention to outside? When are you going to see this scenery again? So the only time he gets off that phone is literally if his dad needs a phone. But outside of that, social media, social media, social media. My nephew, I'm proud to say my nephew he's not addicted to his phone like that. If my nephew's doing something or he's seeing something for the first time, he'll pull out his phone to take a picture, but at least he's paying attention to the scenery. So social media is harmful, but it's particularly harmful for Gen Alpha, the later end of Gen Alpha, who's growing up with only ever knowing social media, because their parents are giving them social media so young. So it's harmful for them, and it's going to be harmful for their development. Like, I wrote a whole essay on how social media is very harmful. So I do think it's very bad for modern relationships. Yeah. And you don't know what your kids are being exposed to. You can put different worestrictions on, but they're getting around those restrictions. So it is very harmful, in my opinion. Evan said, I feel like men are lesbian or women. Then wouldn't this contribute to people not getting married? Okay, Evan. Alright, cool. Okay, thanks for your opinions, Evan. I can see that, I guess, a little bit. D Support said, hey, Kickbox, how are you doing, Kickboxing? Glad you could be here. I'm Uniquely Mia, also known as Mia, and the algorithm knew that you want to be part of a community where you're welcome for your positivity and uniqueness, so you're welcome to the channel. I answered that question already, Drew. DH Support said, if you could only date someone from a movie or TV show, would it be or why? Why do you keep asking me all these relationship questions? I wouldn't date anybody from a movie or TV show, guys. I wouldn't date anybody from a movie or TV show. Even though I may like a character, their personality, there's a lot of red flags sometimes in the personality. So, yeah, I want to date the character. I mean, do you like the way they look? They don't look ugly, the characters, but like their personalities is like, no. Kickbox said, my budget is 30K, okay? Indian rupees suggest, me. Okay, good gambling, okay. Good gaming fun. Okay, so nice. You want a gaming fun? Okay. Evan said, Mia, my ideal man would be Rick from The Walking Dead. Really? Okay. Alright, Rick from The Walking Dead. Okay. So you want to be Michonne is what I'm hearing. Alright. Okay, Evan. I mean, if zombie apocalypse ever happens, I'm with that team. I'm with Rick Grimes. I'm with Daryl Dixon. I'm with Michonne. I'm with Glenn. I'm with Carl. I want to be with Maggie. Like, they're the group who's surviving, okay? Before they get to, like, season 6, that group is surviving, okay? That's my zombie apocalypse winner right there. So, for sure. Evan said, Mia, what about one of the characters from The Walking Dead? What about them? If I would date any of them in real life? No, like, their character, like I said, if it's a zombie apocalypse, they're surviving, all right? I am surviving. Glenn, okay? Glenn and Maggie, I'm staying with them. Okay, Rick is Rick isn't even a little unhinged. Rick Grimes is unhinged, but he is a survivor. All the bad things Rick did, he did it for the survival of his group, all right? So I can understand it from that to survive the apocalypse, but like they are walking, all the characters from The Walking Dead, they got PTSD, they got depression, they got severe some type of anxiety. They got everything, all right? Because they've been through a lot, all right? So it's bad. So yeah, but it's a great show. D Support said, what's one life lesson you had to learn the hard way, but now you're glad you did? One lesson I had to learn the hard way, but we gotta people can say whatever they want to say to you. It's really their words and actions that matter. Yeah, people can say whatever they want to say to you, but it's their words and actions that matter, honestly. I've had a lot of people say a lot of different things to, like, make you feel better and give you reassurance, but, like, their actions pan out to be completely different. So, that's why I'm a person, more so actions than words. So, yeah. I'm strongly, my mom, anybody, my friends, my sisters, my siblings, my parents, they can say whatever they want to say to me. Okay, I hear you. What are you actually doing? So, yeah, that's how I see it. Yeah. Evan said, Rick is the... Okay, Evan said, I can't believe how much... No, Lori was just annoying. I did not like Lori at all, man. I did not like Lori. I was so happy when Lori left. I mean, it was sad. Especially they messed Carl up for sure. The way they took Lori out. I don't know why they did that. They really messed Carl up. But like Lori, she was so annoying. Like, I saw a redemption arc for Shane, okay? I was sad when they took Shane out from The Walking Dead, but like I saw if they kept Shane in, I wouldn't have been upset. I feel like he would have had a good redemption arc. He could have survived the apocalypse. But Lori, she was just so annoying. She was very annoying. I did not like her. Yeah, Michonne, top tier. And she got the sword. Michonne, love Michonne. Michonne is great. Okay, Evan. D Support said, what's one thing every woman should start doing in her 20s to set herself up for success? I have no idea. I mean, yeah, I have no idea. Am I successful? Yeah, compared to others, but am I successful in the way I want to be successful? The only thing I'm successful in, guys, is being able to create a positive platform on social media, being able to obtain educational success the way I have been able to obtain it, and being able to be a hard worker and a positive person. So I define success monetary wise. So yeah, I haven't achieved that yet. So I don't know. Ask me when I achieve that. Hey NYC. Remember the Sharpie machete? Yes, for the apocalypse. I will remember to do that for sure. But no, my weapon of choice, NYC, my weapon of choice for the zombie apocalypse, I want a bat with studs. I read a book, and it was a book about the zombie apocalypse, so good. And this woman, she, as her weapon, she took a bat and she put like studs, like nails in the bat. So when that zombie come at me, bam. So that's my weapon of choice, not a machete. Machete's too messy. You could cut yourself with that bat. You keep everybody away from you. Every single body. D Support said, who's your favorite? Oh, who's my favorite character from Walking Dead? Glenn. Glenn, because Glenn's a survivor, for sure. It's so sad when they took Glenn out. Because Glenn was like the OG Walking Dead character, all right? If without Glenn, Rick would have died, okay? Glenn risked his life to go and save Rick. And Glenn was the most undervalued character in the Walking Dead universe, and his death was so gruesome. It was so sad. But the writer said they wanted to follow along to the comic books, but like, without Glenn, the Walking Dead wouldn't exist, because Rick was not smart in the beginning. Because what do you mean you walk into Atlanta in the center of the road with all the zombies? What? If Glenn left you there would be no Walking Dead, literally. Outside of Glenn, Michonne, love Michonne. She's great. Evan said Lori was okay, but I hated her betrayal. Yeah, that was terrible. Like, that was really sad. Yeah, to be honest, I felt that she shouldn't have slept with Slane. She seems so character. Okay. D support said, who was the best leader, Rick, Maggie, or Negan? What do you mean Negan? We don't talk about Negan over here. What do you mean Negan? Ew. What do you mean Negan? Negan killed Glenn. We do not like Negan. They gave Negan a redemption arc. I will never forgive The Walking Dead for giving Negan a redemption arc. Maggie should have gone after Negan, and she should have, like, Negan should not have survived, okay? So Negan, don't even think about Negan, all right? So let's reread that. Who was the better leader, Rick or Maggie? All right. Rick. Sorry. I was mixing Maggie with Michonne, Rick, because Maggie, the thing about Rick Grimes, guys, when we look at the Walking Dead universe, I could get into Walking Dead talk, right? The thing about the Walking Dead universe is that, okay, yes, Glenn saved Rick. So without Glenn, there would be no Walking Dead. However, Rick, he had to make the tough choices. So, like, when Rick was the people who put the group together, when everybody wasn't listening, Rick was the one who brought them back together, okay? When these humans came in and the humans wanted to, like, his group, Rick had to make the tough choices and them, because who's gonna survive in The Walking Dead, right? So Rick by far is one of the best group leaders in The Walking Dead. The only thing with Rick, he was like hard-headed. He was too hard-headed because literally Glenn's death, a lot of bad things that happened, it could have honestly been avoided if Rick wasn't so stubborn, all right? So Rick is a great leader in the Walking Dead universe. However, he's too impulsive as a leader, and he tries to come to solutions too late when he's caught in a jam, and that's what ultimately led to Glenn's death. Obviously the writers wrote Glenn out, but like that's what led to Glenn's death. But we don't like Negan over here. We don't like Negan over here on this channel. If you like Negan, you are still more than welcome on Uniquely Mia channel, but like Negan is terrible. Like, what? I don't understand why they gave Negan a redemption arc. That was too bad. That was terrible. Maggie's a good leader. I will say Maggie, her universe in the Walking Dead spinoff, she lasts years in her compound. Maggie is a good leader. However, the thing with Maggie, she wasn't a leader at the start of the Walking Dead universe. She didn't have to make the tough choices. Rick, he had to make the tough choices when they were on the road, and Rick finally found that compound. He overthrew the compound, but he had to find the compound and everything for them to have, like, a good base. If we're talking about a leader, we should talk about Carol. Carol is great. Carol is a great character. She is definitely one of those characters that is, like, undervalued and had, like, a complete storyline. When I first saw Carol in season 1, I was like, this woman is not surviving. Carol's the one you gotta watch out for. Carol is the one who is going to go crazy on you and who is going to survive, all right? So, yeah. D Support said, do you think it's a no? No. I'm dying. I'm dead. Zombie apocalypse? I'm not surviving. I'm going outside. The first zombie that sees me is gonna bite. Maybe I could run, but I'm not surviving. Yeah, the only way I'll survive, I'm running a lot. Because, like, imagine, and, like, do you even want to survive the zombie apocalypse? Be honest, guys. Do you want to survive? I don't want to survive. How am I going to shower? When you have your menstrual cycle, how are you going to get products? How are you going to clean yourself? Like, what in the world? How are you going to use the bathroom? How are you going to eat? I'm going to be starving every day of my life. Like, do you know that meme that's going around TikTok? Like, I'm not meant to live an uncomfortable life. Like, exactly. No, I'm not surviving. I'm not surviving that zombie apocalypse. I don't want to survive that zombie apocalypse, all right? I'll go outside, see the first zombie. I'm out of there. And then you got to ask, what type of zombies are we dealing with? Are we dealing with the Walking Dead zombies? Those are the only zombies I can survive, have a chance, 1% chance of surviving those zombies, all right? All the other zombies, if we have World War Z zombies, if we have The Last of Us isn't even, like, zombies, it's more fungi. If we have Z Nation zombies, we're not surviving. We got those things from 28 Days Later. What are those? Those are humans that went crazy. We are not surviving that. So, no. What about you guys? You think you're surviving or what? Evan said, OMG, I love Glenn. Why did they kill him off The Walking Dead? Yeah, they did that because they said they wanted to follow the comic books. And then after the actor who played Glenn, he was like, he didn't want to leave anymore, but the writers didn't want to rewrite the story. So that was the main reason. They wanted to follow the comic books, so they kept him. They killed him off. NYC said, Negan was a great leader. To be a leader, first you must dictate. Yeah, I guess Negan, he had a good community setup, but, like, I don't like Negan. I'm biased towards Negan. I don't want to see all the good things that he did, though. But I will say NYC Flies, he had a good compound setup, though. It was a good compound. Evans said, Mia, remember I stopped watching The Walking Dead. Oh yeah, because you did say it gave you nightmares. Oh, you only saw series 1 and 2 and 3, but oh snap, oops, I spoiled it for y'all. So sorry, Evan. You didn't tell me that. I apologize, Evan. Don't worry. You could still watch it. Hey Siri, stop. So you could still watch it. And I don't think I spoiled it too much, but just know what to look forward to, I guess. I guess I spoiled Glenn's death, so that was sad, though. D Support said, if you had to build a survival team with 3 Walking Dead characters, who am I choosing? I'm choosing Michonne, I'm choosing Carol, and I'm choosing Daryl Dixon. And I just went on a whole tangent about Rick Grimes. But no, bro, if I had to choose 3 characters, the thing about Rick, he's too impulsive. Like, he's a good leader, he's a good fighter to survive, but he's just too impulsive. I feel like his impulsivity would allow me to die, because that's what happened. He made a whole bunch of bad choices, and his team members were dying for him. So he's a good leader, but some of his team members were dying for him. At least with Carol and Michonne and Daryl, people really didn't die because of them, honestly. They probably were caught in the crossfire, but they didn't die because of him. With Rick, people literally died because of Rick. So I don't want him on my team for that one. But so if I only had to choose 3, those are the 3: Michonne, Daryl Dixon, and Rick Grimes. No, not Rick. Michonne, Daryl Dixon, and Carol. Yeah. NYC Fly said, I could care less about Glenn. I only miss T-Dog. Did we watch the same Walking Dead? How you mean you don't care about Glenn? Without Glenn, there will be no Walking Dead. That's what I'm stumped about. When people say they don't care about Glenn, that's what I'm confused about. Because Rick was underneath that truck in Atlanta. He wouldn't have gotten out without Glenn. I don't remember T-Dog that much. T-Dog was cool, but, like, he wasn't a side character, but like he was there for like 1-2 seasons though. NYC Fly said, without T-Dog, Carol would have died. Without Carol, Rick is dead. How would Carol die without T-Dog? I'm confused on that one. I don't remember that one. Yes, we did go to Linden in Guyana. I filmed a full instructional YouTube video about it, so definitely go check that video out. Miller, welcome to the stream. DH support, was Carol right to kill Lizzie? Oh, little girl. What would you have done in that situation? Okay, so Lizzie, oh man. Evan, you say you don't watch The Walking Dead, so mute. Evan, mute. Did you see the prison scene? I'm not sure if you saw the prison scene, but mute please in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Spoilers about The Walking Dead is coming soon. So Lizzie was like a little girl that Carol had to because the little girl literally went crazy. It was sad. It was really sad because the little girl, that was just her coping mechanism because she's a little kid. And if anything, a real life lesson that scene showed people in The Walking Dead, if you paid attention, it really showed you how malleable kids are. Because the only reason Lizzie did that, yes, she did suffer from an extreme mental health condition, but it was a result of her environment living in the Walking Dead universe and a coping mechanism. And Carol was literally little kids how to survive. So what was sad was that like she ultimately like did hurt her sister. She did ultimately hurt like another person, Lizzie. But did Lizzie have to die? She didn't necessarily have to. She could have grown up and like survived. She would have been a strong contender to survive the apocalypse, if anything, because she would have grown up in that lifestyle, learning how to survive. But the only thing you had to watch out for Lizzie if they kept her in. So I guess what Carol did, I guess the reason why Carol took Lizzie out is because I guess she didn't want to always have to look over her shoulder at Lizzie, if that makes sense. Because I guess that was Lizzie's form of punishment too, I guess, for like taking out the other characters. But I don't know what I would do if I was in that situation, to be honest. That episode was kind of boring for me too, so I kind of skipped over it. Some of the episodes are boring in The Walking Dead. So, but like, yeah, Lizzie would have been a good contender to survive if she grew up in The Walking Dead universe, because she would have started out young to like unalive zombies, but she would have also unalived a lot of humans too, is what we saw, which wasn't good. Evan said, I really like Daryl Dixon as a leader too. Yeah, like I never really saw Daryl as a leader. That's the thing. I never really saw him as a leader except for like the Paris Walking Dead version, and that was good. The Paris Walking Dead version that focused on Daryl Dixon. So I never saw him as a leader, but I feel like as a good fighter, he's good to have on your team. Evan said, I want to get my nails done professionally. Nice. Oh, but you don't know. It'll cost about 20 pounds. What is 20 pounds US version? I feel like 20 pounds for you, Evan, it's like $20, right? So that's not bad for a manicure, I don't think. Then again, I don't go to the nail salon, but my mom pays like $20 for a pedicure. So for me, 20 pounds is going to be more, since like British pounds worth more than the US. But I guess for you, Evan, that's $20. So it doesn't sound terrible, but it's your money. So yeah, spend it how you want. But yeah. But it would be cool to treat yourself too. D Support said, do you think Carol and Daryl should have ended up together? Ew, romantically. Ew, no, they were friends. No. Why would they do that? No. Evan said Siri was trying to speak about The Walking Dead. Evan said, no way, Carol and Daryl. Yeah, they were best friends, exactly. Evan said, Rick reminds me. Oh, I don't know who Kyle Rashid is. I don't know who that is from Terminator 1. Oh, I don't know who that is. Is that the robot? Evan said, no one's gonna talk about Black Panther rescued Rick in the first episode. Oh, Morgan? You're talking about Morgan, Evan. I literally felt the way. That was the best episode. Yeah, the first episode is definitely the best episode in the franchise, but that is generally the best episode to hook people. Morgan was a good character. I always forget about Morgan just because, to be honest, there's another, what's the name of it? There's a spin-off for The Walking Dead. I forgot the name of it, but let me see. Spin-off for The Walking Dead. The thing about me and zombie shows, I love the first episode because it world builds. It shows you. So there's a spin-off to The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead. And it's literally in the same exact Walking Dead universe. However, where The Walking Dead occurs in Atlanta and then they later on move on to Virginia in The Walking Dead, Fear of the Walking Dead, it shows you them in California, but it's not them. It's like a different group of people. The thing about Fear of the Walking Dead, it's a great show, but they kill out a lot of the main characters. And they bring Morgan into the Fear of the Walking Dead. So when they brought Morgan into the Fear of the Walking Dead, his character is very boring to me. Morgan. And that could just be the writers, nothing against the actor, but like Morgan was never a character that I was like, I need to see more of you. I really like you as a character. I need to see you in shows. But Morgan, yes, Morgan is very important to The Walking Dead. Morgan is probably just as important, if not more important, than Glenn to The Walking Dead universe, because you are right, Evan. Without Morgan, Rick would have gotten bitten by that zombie because he didn't know what was happening. He just came out of the hospital. So watch Fear the Walking Dead if you like Morgan. There's a lot more of Morgan in that show. But Morgan to me is a very boring character. I don't like him as character-wise. NYC said T-Dog died for Carol saved her in the prison. Got bit when Rick was kidnapped by cannibals. Carol saved Rick. Oh, okay. I can see that. Yeah. D-Support said, what was Carol's? What the world? Who is cursing? Moment in the whole series. What was her most cool moment in the whole series? She had a lot. Carol's just a really good character. I don't know. There's so much. Her most awesome moment. I don't know. There's just so much with Carol. It's really hard to choose one, to be honest. There's a lot. I don't know. I feel like Carol was the underdog. That's the best way to describe it. She had so many moments where it's like people saw Carol and they didn't think that she was anything, and then she just came up and she just beat them up. And she just survives in the end. So it's so hard to choose which was her best moment. And then again, The Walking Dead, they started killing off too much of my favorite characters. So there's like 11 seasons in The Walking Dead. I've never seen all 11 seasons because I'm like, I'm not doing this. You're killing my favorite people. It's getting boring. I can't do that. So I've never seen all 11 seasons. I think I saw up to like season 7 or 8 and then I had to stop. So, but she has a lot of great moments, Carol. There's a lot. I really can't choose one. She has a lot of good ones, so. You are most welcome. Glad I was able to answer your question. DH support, always a pleasure when you're on the stream. Hopefully I see you in the next live stream or the comment section. My flank short YouTube video or YouTube short. Have a great day. Evan said, oh, Mia, I'm definitely not watching The Walking Dead after the black magic did on your brain. Okay. It may look boring, Evan, but you can watch it and make your own assumption. Yeah, I feel like the first few seasons of that spinoff is pretty good, but after a while, I don't like... The thing about me, I get connected to some of the characters, and what Fear of the Walking Dead, to me, I'm not going to tell you which characters in case you want to watch it, but it started killing off a lot of, like, the quote-unquote main characters, and it was, like, their deaths were, like, so unexpected. I guess the actors really wanted to leave, that's why, but it was just, like, so unexpected, their deaths. You didn't, like, why? That makes no sense why they died. So that's what happened, and they brought Morgan in to try and supplement that, I guess, and it just wasn't good in my opinion. So I like it up until Morgan enters, because I stopped watching, literally. I gave Morgan 2 seasons of watching him, and I'm like, it's repetitive, it's boring, I'm not doing this anymore. Oh yeah, I haven't watched The Handmaid's Tale. I don't know. I've heard people say it's a good show, Evan, but they just said it's like really... They said it's really, like, a heavy show, and, like, it's parallels to modern society a lot, and, like, the bad and what could happen if we revert back to, like, an extreme patriarchy, they said. So perhaps I have it on the list of shows to watch, Evan. So if I do start watching it, I'll let you know what I think about it. But I just heard that's, like, a very quote-unquote heavy show for people to watch. So I don't like stuff like that. It's like 13 Reasons Why. It's an important show because it shows you about mental health, but I never ever watched that show in my life. But I know the gifs of it, but I never watched 13 Reasons Why because it's just a very heavy show, people said, and I don't like stuff like that. So maybe I'll watch it. D Support said you could create weekly series like Red Talk Thursday, where you break down one relationship topic or question. Viewers come back regularly. Okay. I'll take a screenshot. Perhaps I'll do that. DH Support. Let me know, guys. Would you like something like that? Okay, Evan said that's a good idea. All right. What are you saying? Advice: clip in the best moments from your live streams into shorts or reels would really help fast people. Okay, DH Support. All right, I'll try and implement that a little more. Excuse me. So I'll try and implement that. Hey, Ronnie, welcome back. I know I didn't end it today. I might end it soon though because I'm feeling a little tired, but we're still going strong, Ronnie. Glad you could stop back in. Evan said, I found Walking Dead so strange when they began literally getting rid of all the OGs. No, for real. Yeah, that's what happens because like they take so long. They develop the seasons and they get us connected to the OG characters and they take them out. But it's really terrible when they do that. So you can often tell when they're about to do that too, because they start introducing new characters and they try to build like a pantheon around it, like focusing more on it. But then again, I can't really blame them because like I guess they're real actors. The real actors want to leave, or like they want to follow along to the comic books. So it really is sad. But I have a lot more I want to say to that, Evan. But you haven't seen. You said you only watched up to like season 2 or 3 of The Walking Dead. So I'm not spoiling anything for you after you see up until like season 6. Come back to me and we could take an in-depth dive on some of the really OG characters they took out. We could go into a deep dive on that, but I don't want to spoil it for you. And said me and the Handmaid's Tale. It's literally if we let men have their way in terms of how women should be in place, but it isn't as heavy as you think. You could tip the hard parts. Okay, so I'll check it out. Evan. So the Handmaid's Tale, I'll check it out. I've heard a lot about it though. I'll check it out. Handmaid. Hey, Anthony Johnson, how are you doing today? Who is Eric? Oh, Eric is a supporter of Uniquely Mia. So Eric tends to enjoy like the live streams with the manicures and things like that. Hey, Mexican, how are you doing? The only Walking Dead content I've consumed was the Telltale games. Oh, I've never played that game before. Is it like the Walking Dead universe, Mexican, where you have like the zombies and all that, or is it like completely different? Evan said, LMO, Mia, I'm finding there are so many cool people here to be joining, and I know you want to finish up. I'm enjoying the variety of new folks here today. All right, Evan, glad you enjoying. Ronnie said, where does she see anti-emoji? Anti-emoji at what, Ronnie? On the live streams? Anti-emoji Cat Heat, she's a supporter of mine. Or they are a supporter of mine. I don't know their gender. Hey, 4215. Remember me? We were friends from school and we were both lesbians. Yeah, that wasn't me. Ronnie said, who are you talking to? I'm talking to you, Ronnie. Oh, Ronnie, were you talking to the other person? 4215. Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about. Hey, Meme, how are you doing? Welcome from India. What's it like in India? Evan said, it's funny because normally I am the most talkative person, and today we have some vibrant people. Yes, it's always great. I really love when returning supporters return to the stream and new people come on the live stream. It's really awesome. So shout out to each and every one of you. I'm Uniquely Mia, also known as Mia, and you are welcome for your positivity and uniqueness. All opinion, people, and ideas are welcome as long as we communicate to each other in a kind and respectful way. So do consider liking the video, subscribing, and joining the Uniquely Mia community. Let me know how's your day going today. Hey! Yes, I do know Roblox, Cool Kid. What's your favorite game on Roblox? I like playing Disaster Island. Hey, glad you're doing good today, Meme. I'm doing good. No complaints. Woke up this morning, did some stuff on my laptop. Then decided to stream. It was a pretty good day, if I do say so myself. And I do say so. And I'm glad you could be here today. Gotta paste this. Yeah, I gotta make those edits. I'll do these edits tomorrow. What are we saying? I'm from the United States. The algorithm blessed you today. Yes, it did. It blessed you as well, Mexican, because the algorithm probably knew you wanted to be, my tissue's finished. It looks so aesthetically pleasing. I need to get another one. I need to get another one, man. I just came to Walmart, too. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, snap. Yeah, the algorithm blessed you as well because the algorithm knew that you wanted to be part of a community where you are welcome. That's sad. For your positivity and uniqueness. So do consider liking the video and subscribing. Let me know. How's your day going today? Do you have voice chat? Yeah, I have voice chat on Roblox. Ronnie said, do you have another stream where you change locations in your room or where you are right now and you were in a bun? I was talking on the stream and anti-emoji was in the chat. Yeah, sometimes I stream against a white wall in my room. Hey Evan. Evan said Ronnie, she only has one channel. Yeah, I don't have more than one channel on YouTube, but I stream from different places sometimes. Yeah, sure, I'll friend you on Roblox, cool kid. What's your Roblox name? I was talking and you guys couldn't hear me. That was really weird. Your Roblox name is Gubby? Okay. Evan said, Ronnie, Mia's mom sometimes. Oh, yeah, my mom also streams sometimes on the channel. Poor Mia wants to go to bed and relax. Just yapping. You're good. I'll eat my dinner on stream with y'all, and then we'll log off. So you guys are gonna have to eat with me in this live stream as well. What do I want to eat? I don't know, guys. I don't know what I want to eat. Let's see what we got. What are the options? Joy to the world. We got all this food. All this food. This snacks, honestly. What do we got? This is chow mein. It's probably. We got this. This chicken and rice and beans. We could eat this, I guess. Let's go outside in the kitchen and distribute the food. This camera quality is bad, man. I mean, the way I was holding it, recording. Hey guys, let's do this. What are y'all eating though? Evan, I know, what time is it in your country? Was that tuna sandwich that you ate like your dinner or something else? Let me know, guys, what are y'all planning on eating? That was really funny. I thought that was, I'm probably gonna heat up too much food, but I was putting it in the bowl. I'm like, this looks like a lot of food, but at the same time it doesn't. So we're just gonna, what we don't eat, I'll just put it back in my fridge. What are we saying? Okay, let me take a screenshot. Cool kids, so I took a screenshot of your name, so I'll follow you on Roblox. Bring homemade with you. I hope it lasts a while. Yeah, I have more in the freezer. So I have to count my bowls though. I hope nobody's eating my food. I don't think they would, but I never know. Evan said it's 10:13 and yes, I have a tuna sandwich for dinner. Okay. Because I was like, you know what, tuna sandwich for dinner is good. Nothing wrong with that. You had corn nuggets. Wow, okay. First time I'm hearing about corn nuggets, but corn nuggets sounds really good. Hello. What are we saying? Evan said, by the way, good meals easy. Just grab some beef, roll them up, put in a tortilla, add some cheese sauce. Oh wow, I've never had that. Yeah. Never had that before. Hello, Ella. Welcome. Alrighty, guys. 1 minute left on the timer. Nobody else saying. My glasses, they're from, where are they from? Oh, they're from my eye doctor. That's literally the name of the place. So, yeah. I don't know I think it's Enchanted, I see. The brand, I think the name's Enchanted. Hey Ella, how are you doing? Mexican said corn nuggets are cream sweet corn, okay, that are battered and fried. Okay, they're good. They sound good. They sound healthy, like the vegan option for chicken nuggets. Sounds really good. I feel like that roommate just wanted to come out and say hi, but she's scared to talk or she thought I was on the phone. I don't know. That was weird. We're back in the room. Oh, this is hot. Alrighty. Let me get something to drink. I'm coming back. I'll be back. Alrighty, guys, we are back in the room. So, what are you saying? You want my fork or my spoon? So this is what I have: red beans and rice with barbecue chicken. Very crisp. That soda. Why is it spicy? It's not spicy. You know, like when it burns, like the chemicals in the soda. Cool Kid said, I want live. You want live to buy my channel is trash. I'm confused. Are you saying you went live, but like your channel, nobody commented on it, so you think your channel trash? Is that what you're trying to say? D support said, if you could only eat one dinner for the rest of your lives, what would it be? Roti. Definitely would have to be roti. I really like homemade roti that my mom makes. It would be roti. Oh, one meal so I can have all my favorite foods together. All right. Okay, bad. let's do roti of pumpkin. Want some macaroni pie on the side. Homemade fried chicken that my mom's gonna make. We can add in some potato salad. Get me a cake from Red Lobster. Get me some chocolate cake from Red Lobster. A Snapple peach tea to drink. And that'll be it. So roti pumpkin, some macaroni pie, fried chicken. My mom's gonna make at home, and then I want her to go and buy me some Red Lobster chocolate cake with the ice cream, vanilla ice cream. That'll be my dinner that I can eat for the rest of my life. Oh, hot. I feel like my teeth, something's wrong with my teeth. They're very sensitive. Why am I chewing and it hurts? Or is it too hot? I think the food may be too hot. It's like I'm biting down and it hurts when I bite down. My teeth. Okay. Come off, chicken. Uniquely Me is fighting with her food, guys. That's funny. That was crazy. I do apologize, guys. That's burnt. Oh, you only have 2 shorts? Well, that's awesome. Congratulations, cool kid. Congrats. That's awesome. Thank you, Evan. Glad you like my large cup. I got it from Walmart, literally 50 cents. Like, it fills up a lot. I never filled it all the way to the top because that'll be too much stuff, but 50 cents, it's not bad. It's hot though, guys. Very hot. I think I got the chicken egg. Let's not eat no more chicken. Can you guys write comments? Can you see me? Guys, can you write comments or no? What happened? Okay, you can see me. Is the chat disabled? I don't know what happened. Did I do something? I don't know what happened. I got the chicken egg. We're not gonna eat no more chicken. It like got kind of tough. I don't like it anymore, the chicken. Rice is good. It's nice and soft, and the beans is soft as well. Like, obviously my mom cooked it, and then when I heated it up, it cooked some more, so it's good. What do y'all eat if you haven't let me know already? I know Mexican had corn chicken nuggets, or corn nuggets, and then Evan had a tuna sandwich. Got quiet. Am I making y'all hungry? Did I make you jealous with the food, guys? So it got so quiet. But welcome everybody to the live stream. Uniquely Mia here. Welcome back if you're a returning supporter. Shout out if you are a new viewer here. I show you what my life is like. So in this stream, it was a talking stream, but now we're eating. I'm eating some red beans and rice. I was eating the chicken, but then the meat, it got kind of tough for me. So I'm not eating it no more. I'm not sure what's happening with the chat. No, what happened? What's that? Startable. In the world is happening, guys? Can you see me? I'm trying to fix this. I don't know what's happening with the chat. Sorry if something happened with the chat. I don't know what I did, but not a comment disappeared on me. Yeah, comments disappeared. I don't know what happened. Live chat, it says on. We'll figure it out for the next live stream. Do apologize, guys. I don't know what happened to the chat. I think YouTube probably temporarily did something. No idea. Yeah, I don't know what happened with it. It's okay. Now you hear what I hear when I'm in my room. It's literally this quiet because I don't talk to myself unless I'm like watching a movie. That's when you hear the noise. See how quiet it is? Great environment for schoolwork. You need the quietness. Alrighty, guys. So we ate the food. I'm not gonna eat the chicken, like I said. So, wish I could stay on longer, but I don't know what happened with the chat. Honestly, I didn't do anything. Like YouTube, I don't know, maybe they didn't like our discussion. They wasn't that, because they would have just, maybe somebody typed something or tried to type something. The only thing that probably did happen, I feel like, somebody probably tried to type something and YouTube didn't like that, so they probably took away the chat for everybody, because that doesn't make any sense to me why it's not working. But I can't see anyone's comments since we have no more chats. But I'll be back again tomorrow with another live stream for y'all. I'm not sure what time I'll go live. I'll probably do the same thing I did today, post like a post in the community thread telling you guys what time I'm gonna stream for y'all. So I do hope you guys enjoy this live stream. Excuse me. It was very, very enjoyable. Always enjoy when I stream with y'all. Hopefully I see you in the next live stream or the comment section of my Flow Nutritional YouTube video or YouTube Shorts. Sending each and every one of you guys hearts. If you are a new viewer here, consider liking the video and subscribing. As Unique Lamia always says, stay positive. And as Queen Mother says, don't let anybody rob you of your joy. Bye, guys. See you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Stay next live stream. We'll figure out